Good morning, everybody. I hope you're fine today. How is everybody? Let me just double check that this is playing and that you can hear everything and that you can... Yeah, sounds like it to me. Alright, how are you? How are you all doing? How was your day, night, evening, and sleep? And that might be if you were at work as well. I don't know if you were sleeping while you were at work. You could have been. Thank you very much, John. How are you today? I just sorted out my cushion. Lovely. And I got a nice cup of coffee too. Good to see you. How was your Tuesday? Wednesday. Tuesday. Wednesday for me, right? Don't ask me. I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. It's a nice chilled morning. We are back with the clan because it is chill. And last night I had the world's worst headache. I felt like I was coming down with something, and I don't like that feeling. It was not good. You're relaxing, awesome stuff. I'm glad of it. So we've got an overabundance of workers at the moment, and that was because things were getting nasty in the winter. Couldn't deal with it. I played it through the winter last night, and it was getting horrible. People were getting very upset with the amount of work they had to do, and we've even got a tiny barn in a mountain here. But if I'm honest, they don't really want to be in the barn. Every time they have an opportunity, they come all the way over here. Where is it? To there. This is where they want to be. You've been following for 1 year, 7 months and 24 days and 9 hours. And you've been watching for 6 days and 9 hours. Gosh. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ooh, let's put that one there because that's quite a bit. I'm going to sneeze. So last night I felt like I was coming down with something. I felt really rough. So I went to bed with some paracetamol. Woke up about a quarter of an hour ago. I'm not entirely with it yet, but that's fine. I don't know if I'm ever really with it, am I? Let's have a look. Nothing, no aminals to go get. But it is spring, and we have got most of the vegetables in. We've got a few onions and a few neeps. All the way through the winter was wonderful. I got some great seeds from everybody. I was very pleased with it. Very, very pleased during the winter. But now we need to start collecting branches and things, and there weren't any yesterday. There aren't any now. What is going on? See? Nothing. That is the right one, isn't it? Branches, yeah. Ooh. Here's some. Everybody, go do something for a change. Go on, off you go. So, oh, they finally got that bed done. That took all winter to get them to do that. You like watching when I'm live. That's lovely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Even if I am a little bit half asleep, right? And I've got to blow my nose again. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned that I am coming down with something. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that I'm not. Oh, a nice pile of something that's got. That's flax. No, that's oat, and that's flax. That's lovely. The little barn has got the piggies in. She's not quite old enough to be able to breed with this chap yet, and we've only got one female ewe at the moment, but that's alright, because we will improve, we will get more. And we've got 2 male goats here. 2 billies. Which is good. I like this game. It is chill. I'm totally addicted to this game. I play it a lot. And why the hell not, eh? Why not? So during the winter, Catherine grew up and I married her off, and that's when things went south. We didn't have anybody to do anything, and everyone was getting miserable, and I thought, grr. Yes, that's an official statement. I went, grr. And decided I had to get some workers, because it wasn't gonna, just was not going to do it, right? We've got 3 guests, and I had to put 2 little spots here, because at one point we had too many, because we do have 6 workers, which is a little bit over the top, but never mind. One of them is a free worker. I think it's Essie. Yeah, she's the free worker. Every now and again, every couple of years, you get a woman come along, said she's left her husband and she's pregnant, and can you help? And she is there. And when she gives birth, her baby will have nowhere to be, because there are already 2 babies. How old is Marcy? Marcy's nearly old enough to have her own bed, so we're close. You missed me when I didn't stream. Oh, that is a really nice thing to say. Yeah, I had to stop for a while. I couldn't handle it. I was very anxious, and that's not a nice place to be. And it's I think in a situation like that, it's better to stop. Than to try and push on, because you just might make things worse, make you worse. So yeah, I did for a while, and I'm glad I've come back with a different time slot, because first of all you get to hang around a bit more, because my other morning time slot was quite close for you to have to go to bed, wasn't it? And now it's a bit better. So we can put in a hay trough and a grain trough in our absolutely teeny weeny tiny barn. So grain and hay. That goes there by the door, I think so. And we've got 2 delicious big poos. They collect the poo. Always collect the poo. Poo is important. Right, what did we get from our guest? Oh, he paid 29. At one point, everyone was paying like 30, which was really nice. Oh, we've got something. If we take those and we take that, that's good. And you can have one of those. That's a good start. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. This nanny goat is a senior again. That's annoying, isn't it? But she's 38, right? And these are 10 for 5, and you'll get loads of meat from her when she's cooked. Now, although Sarge was saying that the chickens just no good, you get an awful lot of baby chickens out of them, so I will get a chicken. And you can have a barrel as well. And a stick. And some more sticks. And then this lady, what else could she could have some meat. There we go. We got some stuff now. So, if this is where they're going to be, let's have a look at how much hay. We've got 400 hay seeds, so that's pretty cool. We could plant some grass for them over here, couldn't we? So, 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 40, 45. Is that right? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. How many we got? Brains farted. My brain's farted. I can't count to 100. I can't remember how many it was we got anyway. I can't remember. It was 300 and something. Yes, it was. So we'll get that first. We'll get that done first. Because if we... Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking, actually. First thing in the morning, things don't work in brain department. I suppose what we could do is just go bleh with the grass, couldn't we? We just go bleh like that. And that'll tell me if I've run out. Like that, see? Run out. I've run out. I've run out of grass. So if I put hay seeds here, so we can do that. But then it'll be nearer the barn, they'll be able to eat that there, and we've got some stuff going on. Nice. Ooh, we could sell some of that. Any of you take these? You do. Nice. Well, let's get them to do that as well. Anyone who's not doing anything important, come and do some of this. So we can sell it after we've replanted it, of course. Not bad. Day 4 in spring, and we've got our first harvest. Let's have some of this coffee, eh? How was work today? What were you driving today, mate? Anything new? Anything you liked? Because I'm sure when you drive all these different things, you get to compare them really in your own mind, don't you? And you go, oh, I like the way this company does that, or this company does the chairs better and things like that. Because there are some we tried out of, because a lot of companies, I don't know if it's the same in the US, but a lot over here, cause you have a lot of your own manufacturers, but here in Europe, well, some of the things they do is they have the same chassis, and then the different companies will then build the car. It's very, very similar, but it's their own take on it, if you like. And we tried the same car that we've got now, but by Volkswagen. And Volkswagen seats were just way too uncomfortable. They've got this thing at the front that just sort of kicks up at the front of the chair, which lifts your knees up, which might be a nice support if you're tall and you might need that extra support under that knee. But my husband is average height and I'm short, and oh my god, it was so painful. Or we were like, we can't have this. It was horrible. So do you find that you do that in your job? You go, oh yeah, I like this one more than that one, and this company does it better than that. How do you feel about those cars, John? Right, so we've got 3 baths. What I did over here is I got this guest house, and it's got a couple of baths. It's got the foodie thing, with the watery thing, the water dipper thing, and a toilet that's got no thing in it, which is really annoying. And somebody's had a baby. Right, was that the... That must have been the guest. Yes, she's had a baby, and I don't like that name, so we're going to call him Darren, because that's the first name that popped into my head, with a D. There we go. That is a boy, isn't it? Let me just double check that was a boy. It is a boy called Darren. Honda minivan. Oh my god, yes. The Japanese do some amazing little cars. I think is it Kia that's coming out with a new one that's coming to Europe soon? I don't know why we haven't got a lot of those things. In Japan they call them K cars, which is nice to name them after me. That's what people mostly call me in real life, K. So it's very nice of Japan to name them after me. And I don't know why they don't bring them out in Europe, because like American cars are so much bigger than our cars, and our roads are way too small. It just doesn't work for a lot of American cars over here. You just can't sell them. But Japan really do the small cars because they don't have so much space. So I don't know why they don't sell more of them over here. Bring them over here and say, okay, you can buy these little tiny Japanese cars. I think they would do a killing. So I'd like, yeah, Honda minivan, brilliant. It's called the Honda Odyssey. The Toyota Camry. I don't know if they sell that over here anymore. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what? If my husband was here, he could have a massive conversation with you about cars. He would know. He would know the answer to that. But I do not. But I do know we used to have the Camry. We used to. Don't know about now. Right, we've got a male. We've got one at 78. We're going to take both of them because we can. I'm going to take both of them because I can. That's the kind of mood I'm in today. Right, that's not bad, is it? We're really building up our little aminals. And you can have a barrel because I feel like you can. It's just one of those moods I'm in today. You can have a barrel. We'll knock those down to 5. And that's brought in a little bit of cash, isn't it? You can have one of those. And some of that. Okay, that's gorgeous, mate. And there's a bunny. That's in the trap. They'll come and get that. So we can now build proper graves. So I'm thinking, now if I could just click on it, that would work. If I build 2 more, and we could actually have Sarah and Michael dug up. I know that sounds absolutely awful. But if we put Sarah and Michael in these 2. Is that what it's called? The Honda Odyssey. I'm going to go into the old browser and have a look. Honda Odyssey. Oh no, that's a bigger one, isn't it? Ooh, look at this. Look at that. That's a big car. Honda Odyssey. Oh, I like that. That's very sleek. I do like the look of that one. Let me have a look. Honda minivan. Is it just called the Honda minivan? Honda minivan. There it is. Oh, you see, now that's what I was talking about. They're like the K car. They're like the little Japanese cars that they ought to blooming sell more of in Europe, I think. Right, so you go in there and you go in there. Hopefully they're going to put them in. Sometimes they take them down to the bloody compost bin. Right, Sarah, there we go. Sarah and Michael have now got nice... I like that. That's nice. She can keep that one. And him, let's go with the great big... Oh, I don't know. Why don't they both have the nice ones? They're the founders of the clan. They can go with that. That's better. They've been put in nice tombs, nice sarcophagi. And we've given her an awful lot of stuff, haven't we? Which is nice. Okay, anybody need some poo? We've just got a couple of spots that need poo. And someone's coming to do it, which is good. Yeah, that Honda Odyssey, that is a nice, big, sleek car, isn't it? It's quite sexy. Can cars be sexy? I sound like Jeremy Clarkson when I say that. It's a sexy car. That's my really bad Jeremy Clarkson impression. Did you like it? See, I can't seem to get in any branches off of these trees. Ah, here we go. Branches. Right, I'm going to upset them. Go. Yes, you've got work to do. Go do it. It's funny, you know. They're all hanging out on this little tiny bit of grass and not this great big bit that I put in for them. Ah, but they're hanging out there, which is nice. How much of this have we got? We've now got 139. Oh, did they take any of it up? No, they didn't. Right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. That will do for now. Donkey. Thank you, donkey. Someone will come over and do that in a minute. Now, she's old, so we will get some meat off of her soon. In fact, we could slaughter her, but they've got so many jobs to do. I won't. Not just yet. No corpses, nothing spoiled. A bit more grass has gone in. Nice. What does it need? It's got no fertiliser. We could plop some fertiliser then, couldn't we? I think we've got some. And actually, fertiliser will make the grass grow, won't it? Let's do that. That'll upset them. I don't think anyone's coming. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. Nobody. There's a poo there. Somebody collect the poo. We'll make fertiliser if you collect the poo. And we'll put a few more of these in. And that way that is full. I don't think I'm going to bother hollowing those out. I don't think there's much point. Oh, really? Now a Honda Odyssey over here and the Honda minivan are two different things here. Google Honda Odyssey UK. Because and then tell me which is which, because Honda minivan UK is a different thing. It's like a K car. Small, tall, cute, perfect for camping. Because sometimes they use the same names, don't they, these companies, but it's a different thing. Which is quite interesting. So we've got 2 guests. Is there anyone that doesn't have a bed? Because that would be really damn annoying. Martin, go to sleep. Good boy. Everyone's got bed, I think. Yeah. Marcy! Now a Juve. There she is. Poor kid. So Darren will go into the other bed and Marcy can come over here now. So she loves gardening. Good. Did you Google it? Because they are completely different. I don't think we have the same cars when we give those names. Right, this makes me feel like there isn't enough poo. But, oh, hold on. He's doing it, isn't he? I love how it goes a different colour. I don't think you can quite see that. It is slightly different colour now. The sun's coming up. You'll be able to see it a bit better. So it goes sort of, it's slightly yellowy, and then it goes a nice lush green once it's been fertilised. Oh, you can see it a lot better now. Poor little buggers, they've got too much work to do now. My fault. Not really, I don't really care. Don't care at all. Make them do it. Right, we've got 3 people today. Angus. Definitely do that because I'm so lazy at picking them up. Haven't got any of that. That will be good. That will be good. And you can have a barrel because I'm kind like that. Oh, we've got a male chicken now, which means we're going to have chicks. That's a young lady, so we'll take the young lady doggy. And then, no, we haven't got a lot of those, have we? Oh, we can do some of those. That's good. Always do with some of that. Yay, that's not bad. We're all right. We're surviving. We can do this. And let's put all these away. Nice. Now all the numbers should start coming down. Oh, look at that. Lovely. We can get those onions in. Right, they're being done, so that's good. We need 29 planks. Put those up. Oh, that's brilliant. They did that. I'm assuming we just don't have enough poo to do that bit. Poo. It's fertiliser, isn't it? But I just prefer to call it poo because I can. So, let's do this. So yeah, for us the Odyssey is a... What do you call those? We would call it an estate, or we used to call it an estate car. Do you know what? I can't remember what the Americans call those cars. I do apologise. Oh. Like one of those family wagon things, the big ones that you see the mums in the supermarkets with. I don't know. It's a bit like that. I just made that up, that description. I think I probably confused the heck out of you with that one. Right, let's get them in. And let's get them in. And let's get them in. We have got to get everything done and done and done and done and done and done this year. It's a lot easier when you leave the seeds on the field straight away rather than putting them all away. You might need another place to put the seeds, to be quite honest. If I put them there, that can... Oh, that doesn't need anything special. That can go. Which would mean we'll need 5 more clay bowls. Oh, they're so good. They're really working hard. Bless their little cotton socks. Someone's doing that. Good. These are all being done. That's not too far away. I mean, that one's easier to get to, of course, but... I'll tell you what I will do is I'll put it in the chat. So, Honda minivan. The Honda minivan. Ah, you see, now that we're talking about it, it's come up completely different. Because when I put Honda minivan before, it was coming up differently to that. Okay. It's now coming up exactly the same. Isn't that weird? The more you talk about something. It's coming up exactly the same. When I put Honda minivan before, it was coming up like a K car. That is just so weird. These things happen a lot. Like, my husband just bought these new underpants called Boxeroo. They're all from Australia. So roo as in kangaroo, Boxeroo. Basically because in the summer he was getting very, very hot and sweaty in certain areas, which I understand. And so he went for these different pants and he was like, maybe that will help. And I thought that was kind of funny, but I'm getting adverts for all of that now. And I haven't looked once. So I think sometimes when you talk about these things, off it goes, because it listens to everything. That makes me a bit mad, to be quite honest, because that was a private conversation between me and my husband. And I didn't appreciate it if Google is listening to it. I think that's very rude. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it's now showing exactly the same thing. When I put minivan, it's coming up as Odyssey. Whereas before, it was like the small, tall, little, cute K car thing. Very annoying. Right, we've got room for everybody today, which is good. Alex, good morning, darling. How are you? Hope you're alright. So Marcy, in about, I don't know, maybe autumn, is gonna go off with one of these guys. She's lazy. That's not good, is it? It's a good job. Okay, she can marry Finley, because they quite like each other, so that'll be Finley gone. How you doing? Hope you're alright. They're getting all these done, which is nice. Look at that, my grass is doing. Sometimes when the animals come out here, they'll eat it, and so you won't be able to harvest it, but it'll keep growing, because they only take the tops off. Your sleep issue must be catching, as I got like 2 hours, and I've been up since like 2 AM. Do you know what, Alex? I don't know whether I'm coming down with something, to be honest. So I hope you're alright. Yesterday, after work, I sat on the sofa to watch some... Because I kept putting off the last episode of Squid Game. Because I didn't want to finish it. I just kept putting it off. So I thought, no, I'm going to watch it. So I watched the last episode and then I clicked onto something Japanese. And I woke up about 3 hours later. I'd been sat on the sofa fast asleep. I woke myself up snoring, to be quite honest. And then I got up and I thought, right, I'll lay in bed because I feel awful. I laid in bed with my book and went straight off again till hubby came home. So I was asleep for, I don't know, from about 4 o'clock till about, I think he came in about 7:30. And then I just felt like crap. I had to go to bed with paracetamol. My head was killing me. My throat was killing me. I felt awful. I still don't feel very well. But I feel better today than I did yesterday. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's see how many of those there are. Just the 2. Let's get them as well. I am feeling a bit more human, and that always bugs me. That one, you know, as an English teacher, that bugs me. Flu is not a season, darling, and that's not your fault. That's not me picking on you. It's just not a bloody season. Why do people say that? It's the flu season. It's not a season. It's the time where flu is more prevalent. I don't know. I'm just moaning. I'm just having a moan. And I don't really care. I was having a moan right then. Did you like it? It was good, wasn't it? I'm very good at it sometimes. It could be. And hubby was like, but how did you get the flu? We didn't go out at the weekend. How did you get sick? And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't feel good. I actually blamed hubby. That's horrible, isn't it? I blamed him. I said, well, you know, you're always out and about. We're English. We're the best at complaining. We might be. I do think the French have got an edge on it, though. They are pretty good at moaning. They are very good at moaning. We still don't have a female goat that is young enough to have babies. And in fact, we ought to slaughter this one. If we can find her. So this hen and this rooster, they are old enough, aren't they? Yeah. There she is. The nanny goat. Sorry, girl. You're going to have to go because we need the meat. Yeah, I'm not convinced that we are the best at complaining. I mean, yeah, we are very good at it. My husband says things like other people do, you know, the general stuff like, oh, it's a bank holiday, it's going to be a washout. And I'm like, no, it's not. Washout. It doesn't always happen. And my opinion is, so what if it's raining on a bank holiday? You ain't working, so shut it. Well, that's if you've got the bank holiday off, you know. Be grateful, you dirty bastards. We don't get many bank holidays in this country. So enjoy them, even if it is bloody raining. Go and have your barbecue, even if it is raining. Put the parasol up nice and high. Put the barbecue on the table or close to the table. Put the parasol up. Get your umbrellas out. Go for it. Enjoy it. Still stuck on Mananos. Spain have more. Spain have more what? What did I say? And you commented on Spain have more what? Oh man, I love living in that country. They're so nice people. They really are lovely. They have more pH. Their pH is higher in Spain. Public holidays. I tell you the country that has the most that I've noticed? France. France. Spain have some amazing... I remember saying that once when I first moved to Spain. We'd not long had a half term, and then we had a public holiday, and then before that we'd had a public holiday as well, and they do what they call bridges. So like, say if the public holiday's on a Wednesday, you might have Thursday and Friday off as well. Or if it's on a Tuesday, you'll have Monday off. And I remember saying to the secretary, "What, again?" Because it's quite frequent, it really is. And they have national ones and regional ones as well, which is amazing. You're too tired to type. Oh, you should be like me in the morning. Gift of the bloody gab. Later in the day, I just hardly speak. First thing in the morning, it's like motor mouth. I bet you're knackered, mate. So where did little, what's her face? Marcy? Where did she go? Oh, she's going to sleep on the floor again. Poor kid. Never mind. Have we got enough beds? Just about. I know they're sleeping on the floor. I don't really give a toss. Hold on, the French complain more than any country. They go on strike more. Yep. I don't think they quite realise how privileged they are. I really don't think they do. I don't think they have a clue. My school is a French school. And I'm absolutely convinced they do not have a clue at how privileged they are. Oh, now we're getting some branches. I think we still need to plant some more forest, to be honest. We could plant a nice forest over this way because there's like loads of trees. Let's plant a forest over here. Nice big fat one right there. That'll piss them off. That's a few jobs to do, isn't it? Off you go. Don't moan. Get on with it. The one that annoys me the most about the French strikes, because generally I kind of understand why some of them strike. You know, I think, yeah, that makes sense. The one that annoys me the most is the train drivers. They get to retire at 52. They have a wonderful retirement package. And all they do is complain. And those ones piss me off. And the airstrike, you're absolutely right. I don't know the conditions of the for the air people. The air people. That's a thing, is it? I don't know. I don't know what their working conditions are. But for the train drivers, that really does get my goat. The country I reckon that should be doing more strikes is Japan. Some of my students from Japan, they start work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and some of them are not finishing till midnight. And that I've had students falling asleep, and that's not because I'm boring, because I might well be, but you know, it's nothing to do with that. I feel so sorry for them. Oh my God. When they fall asleep, I'm just like, right, that's it. We're going to end the class here. I'm going to give you homework. Just go to bed, for God's sake. Poor things. Oh, right, you're trying to show me. What, on here? Or in Discord? I don't know where you're doing that. Let me know when you've done that. That's fine. Right, we could do with some of that. We could do with some of that. Blah, 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 blah. And I can sell those. Because they can get those made again in the summer. And right now we can flog the bastards. Right, there we go. Lovely. On Discord. Okay. Because the more we talked about it, it changed. It changed, so yeah. I'm fine with that. That's just alright. I don't know whether to build a bigger... Oh, I could just dig that one out. That would be alright. And then I'm not taking up any space. But right now, I think they got too much to do. I'm a bit scared about going over here now in case I bust the game. So they've got all of that to plant. They actually do not have any branches. So while everyone's over there, collect some branches. Go on, do it. Oh, there's an animal there. Let's collect that bunny. And that is the only one. So yeah, I think the Japanese work ethic can be quite painful for them sometimes. I mean, yeah, if somebody said to you, oh, would you want a Japanese car or such and such a car, you go, oh yeah, bloody hell, I'll have a Jap one. They're really good. You know, Japanese electronics, Japanese television, all these things, right? We all go for them. But at the same time, they work so bloody hard, it's scary. I don't think any of us would put up with it, to be honest. Yeah, if you want to. Hold on, I'll have to go over there first. Hopefully it all still works. I'm in gaming while chatting. Can you still hear me? If I just check that, it says it's OBS says you can. You can come on in. Let me know if you can't get in. I'm looking at the game.
Morning.
Hello there, we've got Alex, everyone. This is what Alex sounds like if you didn't know.
I just thought it'd be easier.
Yeah, easier
the way
than
I'm feeling
typing.
today is just like I can't be asked to type, and I just thought, why not?
Can everyone hear him? Let me just
Morning,
make...
all. How are you doing today? Apart from lack of sleepish.
I'm all right.
Mentally, I meant.
Mentally, no, mentally's better than it was. I mean, it was a bit hard during the last few sessions at the group counselling.
Yeah.
Because they were touching on things. And do you know what? I never realised. I always, up until my mum died, I always thought that she hated me and she abused me because of me. I'd done something wrong. And it wasn't until I started seeing the psychologist that she was like, right, no, your mum was like that before you were born. Yeah. You just became the target.
Yeah.
And but in the last year that I've been at counselling, I've realised that there is actually something wrong with the whole of my mother's side of the family.
Oh, bloody hell.
And I said to and my psychologist actually says that's quite common. If there's something wrong with one of them, it will be from other people as well. It will be connected, and I said to the girls in the group, because we're all women who've been abused by our mothers, so it's a safe space just for women. And I said
Okay.
to them, please don't get like me. Don't get to your 50s before you realise the truth.
Yeah.
Because it really hit me hard when she was talking about certain behavioural patterns, and I'm like, oh my god, certain uncle did that,
You
a certain
recognised it.
aunt did
Yeah.
that, my
Yeah.
nan did that, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was horrible, horrible to do that. So it was, but then again, you can't build something new without destroying and demolishing the thing that was there before.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You can't build a new house on a plot of land with if the old crappy factory is still there. It's got to come down.
No, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit like with my mental health. I find out that I've got autism mixed in with my
Mhm.
ADHD, and it's kind of been an eye opening. Like you're looking back at life and realizing, oh, it's because of this. It's not, it becomes clear, and then you realize with my autism, the
Right.
certain things I have, I'm it's because of the autism. It's not because of something else. It's just because of, and you have to break down those barriers to build yourself back up again, to make yourself better. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
And it's like none of it is your fault. And I think that was the
no,
really hardest thing for me to learn. Because there was a I know you probably don't watch these sort of things, but I like K drama from Korea.
no, no.
And there's one called Bad and Crazy, and in it, this guy has a split personality. And
Okay,
in the split personality, basically, they get gaslighted into doing things, and he's being gaslighted into believing that he murdered his father. And the
yeah,
split personality said something, and I said it to the psychologist. You know you didn't do it. You know you've done something wrong, but you have a horrible feeling you've done something terrible
yeah,
because that's the way everyone has behaved around you.
yeah,
And I imagine that it's very similar when you've got autism because you know you actually haven't done anything wrong. You're just wired differently, and people just can't handle it. Or
yeah.
the the
It's
normal-ish people, or as I
ah,
call them, the ordinary people. They just can't
it,
handle it.
it's complicated because the thing is that I got diagnosed when I was 16, 18 with
Right?
ADHD.
Yeah.
But then since then, I've had no help. I've been kind of like, go out on the world on your own. Apart from what
Yeah,
my
here's your
parents taught.
diagnosis. Off you go. Have fun.
Exactly. So apart from what my parents have taught me what's right and wrong, I've had to learn, and and then I've come back, and then I've had this coaching now, which has been going like 3 months, I think,
Yeah.
and I've learned so much
Yeah.
that it's not nothing anyone else has done. It's because of the autism. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
just
that
the way
makes
you're
sense.
wired, the way you think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like also with the what's the way of the easiest one. It's it's hard to explain because also that there are so many things going on in my head
Yeah.
that I don't fully understand. But I have an issue where I have an issue of getting words out sometimes. That you might, sometimes I'm talking now and I'm like, I can't get the words out. I
Yeah.
have the words, but I can't get them out, and that's due to my autism. That's nothing. It's just a general trait.
Right.
Uh, and it's kind of, and also with feelings and everything and all this, and my coach is going like, well, how do you feel about that? I'm like, well, I don't. Or even they do, but I don't. And I had to. And she gave me this wheel. She gave me this wheel of emotions, and I was like, oh, I felt this. I felt, oh, wow. It's like, oh, it's kind of like an eye opener. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And it's been good because I can build I can reprogram my brain now because I understand my brain more. I understand why I'm doing these things. I can do a different way of thinking or doing stuff.
yes.
Um, it's just been a lot of hard work
It is,
mentally.
isn't it? It digs
It's
at
tiring,
things, doesn't it? And you think, oh, I don't
but
know if I like that that digging, but I mean, yeah, I mean, my husband's got ADHD, and it's like I notice that some people get really impatient with him, but it's because it's got to be in a certain way. Like, for example, if we watch a film,
yeah,
there can't be any light that's shining anywhere near the TV. He can't have anything in his line of sight. He's got to
yeah.
check that the lights are all off in the other rooms. He's got to, all of these things have got to be checked before he can sit down and watch that. Otherwise, it'll play on his mind and he'll get up and he won't be watching the film.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I can personally watch a movie without a light on or off. So, well, it depends on my mood.
I don't know whether he's just got. I don't know whether he's got autism as well, to be honest.
I
Sometimes
was
I
just thinking
laugh at him
maybe
and call him Spectrum
he
Boy,
has.
you know.
Maybe he has. Maybe he's
He
got,
might have, yeah, he might well have.
Some.
But, nobody's ever looked at it and said to him, oh, do you know what? You might.
Well, you
You might
imagine
be
going through.
neurodivergent, you know.
Well,
Nobody's ever said
imagine
it.
going through. Imagine going through a world where you don't fully understand why you're doing things, or things to you don't make sense, or like you have a money, not, or you have, different explain stuff, or you need headphones on to do chores or things like that, or just
Yes.
little. And it's like, and then you speak to someone else who has it, and it's like, oh, it's because I've got ADHD.
Yes, yeah, and you need
It's
to.
really
Your brain
annoying.
needs to be occupied in a different way if you're
Yeah,
going to focus on
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's been yeah,
The only time I don't like hubby wearing his headphones is if I've gone into the bath.
because he can't hear you.
Yeah, I said to him, just in case I can't get out or just in case I slip, please don't wear your headphones. But because I've then said that to him, he kind of hovers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
stop it, you're making me nervous now. I'm more likely to slip if you're hanging around. But I
Well, like,
understand that because that's then how his brain is working.
but also the thing is that to someone who's not a neurodivergent, and then to someone who is, trying to explain is really difficult
Yeah,
because they don't understand.
yeah.
Generally, people don't understand. Um,
They just
so,
think you're difficult.
or they think it's difficult, or they just think you're grumpy, or they think you don't get it, or they think you're slow, or they think you're lazy, or
Yes, yes.
whatnot. But luckily with my videos, they've been recorded, so I pass them on to my mum, and my mum's been watching them, and they're over an hour long. It's an hour long each coaching
Oh, yeah.
session, and she's like, "This is so enlightening. I understand you more now, Alex. I understand where you're coming from. It explains my mood sometimes. 'Cause
Yes,
my moods can switch like that,
yes.
just easily. And I can be in a really good mood, and then for something to happen outside without my control, I'm in a bad mood, or it's put me in a bad mood, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's the brain is a weird and complicated thing.
It is, and it's a glorious thing though, because I love the fact that we can reprogram it. I really like that.
Especially when you understand the issue and why it's doing it,
Yes,
and you can work your way around it because then you understand why it's doing that, and like, Ah, not this time, brain. I got you. You
Yeah, I
know.
know why you're doing that. I mean, I think
Yeah.
what for me, one of the biggest things I've learned is to pause when something happens and I'm going to react, or I've got this fight, flight, or freeze thing going on,
Mm.
is to pause and to try and, I don't know about you, but my psychologist has now become one of the voices in my head. It's like I can hear
Mm.
what she's saying. So
Breathe,
like,
relax.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Why do you think
think
that's
about it.
happened? Why are you feeling that
Yeah.
way? What's going on in your head? How are you thinking? And I do that now, and I've noticed that I've
Oh,
started to relax a lot more.
yeah.
Not been quite so tense in certain situations,
That's good.
which is really good, definitely. One of the things we're doing is I don't know if your psychologist talks to you a lot about the makeup of the brain, but there's a bit in your brain called the amygdala, and when you've had
No.
trauma, it becomes over the top. Basically,
Okay.
it can't calm down, and
Not
it
really. No.
it basically it means I'm hyper vigilant. I'm always expecting someone to hit me, and
Even though they've got good intentions, you've got that
yeah, I've always got
weird
that.
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though there's actually only one person that ever did that all the time, I'm still expecting it from everybody. And
Cool.
she said the great thing about that is you can start to reprogram it. So you
Yeah.
can start
Because
to
you,
relax, and I
cause you,
love
under,
that.
cause you, cause you understand it,
Yeah,
you know why it's doing it and why you're doing it, and
yeah,
it's like, oh,
exactly,
uh,
and that's pretty cool. I
I
like
think
that
so, yeah.
about the brain. I like that you can learn new things like that, and you can learn new things about yourself, which is really cool.
You can certainly, yeah. Yeah, because I lost my dad to cancer back in 2010, and I found
Oh,
it really difficult to carry on with life after that because the issue is that A, we were close, and the other thing was that um, we were going into business together. We were actually in the middle of doing a business, and then
oh,
Dad died, and it's kind of like, what do I do now? And I
yeah,
mean, he left me everything to do, and I mean, everybody that knew the business knew Dad, so they were expecting Dad, not me, and it was kind of really difficult to explain to people that
right,
yeah, it's me now, and it just didn't work out because it wasn't me, it was Dad, because that's what it was.
right,
So I had to unfortunately let it go.
yeah,
Um, but then after that, it was kind of like after I've done that, it's like now what do I do? I didn't have
yeah.
no, I had no focus, I had no nothing, and it's kind of like trying to rebuild my life again, and that was really a big struggle. That was.
I totally get
Um,
that because I came back from living abroad to care for my dad when he was dying of cancer,
yeah.
and I was completely lost. And I remember a family member actually saying to me about 6 months after Dad had died, "Isn't it about time you let it go?"
Well,
I was like, "Wow,
I would
that
have smacked them.
that
I
hit me
would have smacked
really
them.
hard." Yeah, yeah, I felt like smacking him. Like how dare you tell me how long I should be
That's
grieving
just
for?
that's disrespectful. That is as well. To be
This
honest,
is
it's your
awful,
dad.
right? I mean, and
Yeah,
these are
dad.
people that should have been grieving. We're talking about immediate family members.
Yeah. Okay.
They should have also been, in my mind, they should have also been
Yeah.
grieving that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
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 grief.
just
Grief.
it's
Grief.
weird, right?
Grief is a weird situation because the thing is that I would say for the first couple of years,
Hey,
I found it
Porter, how
really
you doing?
difficult.
Sorry for
I
interrupting.
found it, no, no, that's good. I saw it there anyway, so uh, um, I was expecting you to say something anyway at one point. But no, with grief, I found that even after a couple of years of Dad dying, I still found it really difficult to talk about it. I would choke up. I would, I said,
Yeah.
right, I can't talk about it, and I would, move on. But now it's good to talk about it. I feel because it will make I'm still remembering him 15 years later. Can't
Yeah.
believe it's been 15 years. Um, and it's like the memories are still there, but then it's like you know those conversations you had, the conversations you wish you had with people. I'm like that now. I'm like, I wish my dad was in here. I wish I had those conversations.
Yes.
And it's too late now, obviously. Um, but and I talk to him quite a lot. Like, how are you, dads? And it sounds weird, I know, but it's that's just like everyday kind of things, and ask what would he
Yeah.
be doing, or things like that. So,
Yeah, why not? Why
so
not talk to him like that? It's good for you to be doing
yeah.
that because he's a big part of your life,
Well, yeah.
and you can
I thought,
never erase that. I mean, one of the things I've learnt about my dad, I went through a stage at the beginning of my counselling where I was starting to hate my dad
right,
because I had the realization that he was an enabler, that he enabled my mother to do what she did.
right,
But the longer I went through it, through the counselling, the
yeah,
more I've realised that actually he was also abused by my mother.
well,
He was bullied, he was pressured, and he was. I realised that when they had arguments, because my mother would throw plates at him and things like that.
bloody hell.
And I realised actually that is also abuse.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I was like, so this is why my dad stopped defending me, because it was too difficult for him to do that.
yeah.
He was defending himself. I'm just going to answer Porter's question because I said hello, Porter, but I didn't actually say how I am. I'm all right. I'm feeling. I had more sleep, a lot more sleep. I actually slept all afternoon yesterday after work, but I feel like I'm coming down with something. So yeah, a bit of what do they call that? Sixes and
Blame the
sevens, something like that.
blame the hubby as well.
I am
Don't die
blaming
on
my
stream.
hubby. Yeah, I always
Don't,
blame
don't, don't,
him. It's
don't
funny.
die on stream yet. Don't die on stream. I
I
had it's really weird. I had one time. I was streaming years ago. This was somebody had a cardiac arrest in my stream, and they were
Oh
live
my
in Discord
god.
together. At the time, they were in Discord. They were in a cardiac arrest, and he died. He died for 20 minutes. It was
Oh
until they
my
revived him.
god.
That was pretty scary. I was like, well, what do you do? Um, and I had to turn him off and disconnect him because it was the viewers. It was for the viewers
Well,
more
yes,
than anything.
because it's a bit too much, isn't it?
But he's okay. He's alive now, so he's back. He's
Oh,
got a pacemaker now, so he's
oh good, he's still alive. Oh, thank God for that.
so yeah.
Porter said he missed all of that. I'm
He's making a
alright,
proof.
Porter. I've slept some more, but I think I'm coming down with a cold, which is, hey ho, life is poo like that. You get them, don't you? But yeah, everything's good. I've got Alex, if you didn't notice, here in Discord. We're chewing the fat,
We are certainly are, yeah.
which is good. It's a good thing to do.
But rather than me falling asleep or whatever, I thought, well, let's come in here and talk.
Yeah,
You know,
and I have no problems with that. I hope. And Porter's chewing the ginger nuts.
I don't really like ginger nuts.
Well, I hope he
I
asked
thought,
Ginger first before he chewed his nuts.
I think I'm a biscuit, Karen.
Oh, biscuits! Yeah, biscuits. Oh, sorry about that.
I'm more of a digestive person, I am.
Oh, God, I love it. I tell you what, if you presented me with a chocolate hobnob, I wouldn't be able to resist.
I'm
I
like,
love a nice
yes, all the
chocolate.
fat nuts.
Oh, do like a nice biscuit, although I'm avoiding them like the plague.
Oh, I could eat a whole. I could. I've got a sweet tooth for custard cream bourbons. Oh,
Oh, now I have a
no.
problem with bourbons because they were Dad's favourite biscuit.
Oh, dear.
So they're usually, no, I can't have those. They're Dad's. Leave them alone. They're Dad's biscuits. Oh yeah, I don't normally eat those, but yes, you're absolutely right. And you've got to take them apart, like the Americans do with the Oreos, right? You've got to take the top biscuit off, and then you've got to nibble all the rest of it. Biscuits, yes, we're talking
Actually,
about biscuits. I know, Paul. I'm sorry. I thought you were chewing somebody's nuts, mate. Fat
I
nuts. Hello.
I'm
Alex
more of
is
a
awake. Yes.
yes. I'm awake. I've been awake too long.
He is awake today. We're forcing him to stay awake today.
Oh, hold on, Carol. I suggested this. You didn't. So
You did. You did suggest this. It's not my fault. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything against their will. Please don't get me in trouble, everyone.
it's your fault. I never blame you.
Good morning, Rusty. How's things going with you?
Oh, bloody hell, they're all coming in this morning.
They
Jeez.
are. It's good.
Oh, it's after 6. That might be why. You would have woken up then.
Yeah, we're up at 9, it says on my screen. Which is
Do what?
fine. I've got. It says we've got 9 people in
Oh,
on the screen,
I
but
thought-
that's not
I thought
always
you-
an accurate thing because sometimes you have people watching from other methods. I don't know what they're called. You know, the other websites that people watch through.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like
That's just not.
Smiler watches through other websites sometimes, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I can't remember what they're called. It's like TTV or something.
Oh, 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 I forgot the name of it now. It's not Special 7, or I can't think it's called that. I don't know.
But you know what I
Oh.
mean, though. It's an
I do.
external website, so it's not always 100% accurate, that number on the thing. But that's alright. But yes, everything's going well. There we go. Fat Nuss said it. It's better TTV. There we go.
Go on.
Thank you very much, Fat Nuts. We're not in Russia today. I thought I was going to play this today because just in case I started to feel a bit crappy. I'm just feeling a bit clogged and I've got a runny nose, but thank God the headache's gone. The headache was horrible yesterday. Last night. I took some... I was going to say paracetamol, but I didn't. I think it was ibuprofen I took last night. But it went away and then it bloody came back again. I hate that. And I just thought, oh God, here we go. I'm definitely coming down with something. But today I'm not feeling quite so rough. So let's hope it's only a small, teeny weeny tiny cold.
I don't get a lot of visitors where I live. Mostly, there's only either workers or mum turning up saying hello. But I know sometimes if mum isn't feeling well, and she comes and comes and says hello, and then the next day I feel crap. I've got whatever mum had.
Yes.
So,
Gee, thanks. Thanks.
so,
Sharing
so
is caring.
whatever your hubby's got, you've mostly got it now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's like, but you didn't go out of the weekend. How can you catch something? And I'm like, it's you.
yeah.
He's like, oh,
Well,
gee, thanks.
he's a driver, isn't he? He's a lorry driver,
yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, you don't know
So-
what. I mean,
He's
I
all
got
over the place.
COVID from him, you know.
Bloody hell. Well, it's quite ironic how I got COVID because I went to I obviously stayed in for COVID and the worst of it. And then I think it was a couple of years ago. Um, I got my vaccines because I've got a hole in the heart. I've got a heart condition, so I
Oh
need
my God, really?
I need boosters every year. But I've had it since I was a baby, so it doesn't
Right.
really affect me anymore. Um, but I'll tell you that story in a second after I've done this story. But so I went to Spain to see my brother, and because he just had two girls, we wanted to see them. So
Mm-hmm.
we went over to Spain, and guess what happened? I got COVID.
Oh,
Oh,
yay!
oh
Or
my!
not yay?
And it was. But you know why I got COVID? Because I didn't get my booster that year. And the
Oh
one year I didn't
God.
get my booster, I go away and I get COVID.
Oh, for
And
God's sake.
I reckon I got it on the plane because that's the most likely place to catch it.
Yeah, the
So
air on planes it's
it's
recycled and it's
terrible.
not good.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Definitely.
Um,
Porter says if it helps, I have no cold and feel great. Not
thanks,
quite
mate.
sure
I
how that
appreciate
helps,
that.
but thank you, darling.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Rusty says he has one
For
big
goodness sake.
headache. I'm assuming that's a person.
Well, it could be us.
It could be me, definitely. Hold on, I
Or
think
it
we're
could be
missing a
me.
bed. Let me put something on the floor over here. There.
But no, yeah, going back to my heart condition, I had it since I was a baby, and I got
Oh.
when I was born. Um, I don't know how it affected me when I was born, but they noticed I had a heart condition and there was a hole in the heart, and
Oh.
they started to do surgery when I was younger.
Yeah.
And mum and dad said no, they were against it.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so I never had surgery for it. But ever since, I mean, it's grown. It was really big when I was a baby, but now it's like I don't know, half a millimeter. So it's
Oh
tiny
God, so
now.
it's really, really small.
Yeah, it's really small. It's just got smaller over the years, and it doesn't affect me at all. Never has. Um,
Wow.
so I was quite lucky in that respect, to be honest.
Well,
Um,
absolutely, yeah. Yeah. That's
but you can imagine,
it's a bit
you
scary
can imagine.
otherwise, isn't it? If it wasn't getting smaller.
Well, the thing you can also go back to my ADHD. I was just thinking about how my parents must have thought what I was like when I was a kid. They didn't know what ADHD was in the 90s and the 80s, did they? So, and having a kid
No, they
with
just thought you were a
I must
handful.
I must have been a nightmare for them. I must have been a right handful. You can imagine that. I just, must have been horrible.
That's true. That's true. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean my brother's like that, and his son is like that as well, and it's just you just kind of get used to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, okay. They need a lot to occupy themselves, so that's fine.
But yeah, because it's weird, the weird thing is that my dad noticed that when I was the nurses were trying to weigh me and they couldn't get me settled on the scales. And the one comment that my mum said that my dad said, and I remember him saying, obviously he said it to me as well. But when my one comment that my dad said was, "This boy beats to the tune of a different drummer," and that's been my life story since.
That's true.
I've never,
That is
I've
very
never,
true.
I've never been normal since.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, but don't forget normal is overrated, right? Normal's
oh,
boring, yeah?
very much so, yeah. But you think about it, how many people in this world have ADHD, autism, and all that spectrum? How many, they reckon Einstein had it, don't they? They reckon a lot of leaders have it. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually normal, and what we call normal is not.
what's his name has? Tesla. What's the Tesla?
Elon Musk.
What's, yeah, he has some sort of Asperger's or something in it. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
I find that the most difficult one. Because they're always right, and you can't have a discussion about, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's like, no, they know the answer and you don't.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I've never met anyone with Asperger's
Oh, my
before, so
brother-in-law, it's really difficult because he's always
Asperger's.
right and you're always wrong, and that's really, really hard.
But you think about it, I'm just thinking about just generally the people in the world, the people who lead or who own big businesses or CEOs, have got some sort of type of neurodivergence.
Yeah,
See,
because they think differently, and that's great.
but
That
they,
in
yeah,
that sense is fabulous.
and I wish they taught that in school. They don't, do they? They
Yeah.
don't. They teach you to go to do the 9 to 5, but then if you're not a 9 to 5 person, what do you do? There's no, there's nothing for it.
No.
And I find that then that needs to change.
You
That's
fit
the thing
into
to
fit
change.
into this mold, and if you don't, then there's something wrong with you.
Exactly. Oh, you need medication for it. I'm like, no, well, we
Oh,
just built differently. Or
I don't
wired
want
differently.
medication. I don't want to be drugged up because of that. God, can you imagine? That would be
So, no,
horrible.
but the thing is, they tried to put me on medication when I got diagnosed, and I found out they turned me into a zombie, and
Yes.
I lost everything, all my personality, everything. But this was early days. This was like, what? This was like late '90s, so like '98.
Yes. Yes.
So they had no idea what they were doing. Well, they did, but they didn't. Um,
It's
and
amazing, isn't it?
they're still learning nowadays uh, of all these different traits, and
Oop.
you know,
But I think we're a lot more understanding of things these days.
but no,
In
I think
general, that is.
I, I think, yeah, we are maybe, but we're not as in respect to people in business, as in, like, for example, someone who's got ADHD and then they tell that person, the HR department, that I've got ADHD. What do they do? How do people cope for that? How do they adjust to people doing
Oh wow, we're having a raid. Fantastic. Hello there, JD from down the street. I love that. How are you doing? Sarge brought some friends with him. Good to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. And thank you very much for the raid, JD. Welcome on in.
Excellent!
Uh, Thank you very much for the follow. I've got Alex in chat with in Discord with me in case you want to know who the other voice is. We're having a nice chin wag like we do in the mornings. We like to chew the fat, set the world to rights, and
Yeah,
chill out
tell
with our favourite game.
Tell everybody else is wrong.
Yeah, so everyone else is wrong except us, you know.
The world is wrong. We're right.
How was
Yeah.
your stream, JD? I hope it was good. Oh, that's great. That's lovely. Thank you very much for coming on in. It's so good to meet people who play some other games, isn't it?
What were they playing?
I'm assuming, because Sarge said he's brought friends, I'm assuming you guys were playing Clanfolk as well? Yeah, that's a good question. What were you playing, JD? This is a stream where I annoy Sarge by putting the priority on everything. It's his pet peeve. Ah, actually, you were playing Skyrim. Nice. I like Skyrim. The graphics are great. The world is great, but they talk too much. And sometimes I just don't want to do their mission. Piss off. I don't want to do your mission. I just want to play. I want to explore this world and have fun. And you're making me do things. So I have to be in the right mood for Skyrim.
I'm not talking about anything you talking too much, Karen, because you know, never in a million years did you talk too much. No,
Me?
no, exactly, yeah.
I never talk
Somebody
too much.
else.
I do not have
I
the
know.
gift of the gab in the morning. No
No,
way. I
it's true. Yeah,
verbal
shut
diarrhea.
you know when to shut the don't know when to shut the fuck up, but yeah, apart from that,
No, Robert. 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 How did I get Robert from Rusty? Rusty says
no comment.
no comment. Yeah, which means yes, Karen, you have ADHD of the gob, probably.
It's been nice.
It has been nice. It makes a change, and you know, guys, really, if you just want to come and have a chat, you can do that. We just do that in the Discord. We can all chew the fat. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm cool with that. All I ask is a bit of respect. You know,
But
it,
no, it's a Franklin song.
nobody running away with the stream, please. That sort of thing. What are we doing here? There's a something there. There's a something there. The wolf. We'll have the wolf as well. Yes, I'm putting the priority on there, Sarge. Calm down, mate. Don't cry. It's okay. It's okay. Breathe. Breathe, Sarge. Do you know what I've got this saved as, right? This game here, this save file is actually called Sarge. It's your fault because I was trying out some of the things that you were doing. And I especially like this little room here because it means the water is pretty good. Are you still here, Alex?
Yeah.
Oh my
What's in
God,
there?
you went quiet on me. Whoo!
What are you talking? I don't know what to interrupt his plan.
I was like, he's gone, oh, sod this, she's got verbal diarrhea, I'm off.
You were on a flow, Karen, so then you get away with it and then just go for it.
It is your fault, Sarge. It is your fault. And do you know what? Every time I put something on priority, I think, Sarge is going to kill me. Sarge is going to kill me. It's not. I just want that job done now before you go off and do something weird on the other side of the map. Thank you. That's what it is. Get on and do it. You lazy little people with no arms and feet. Hello, Hugh. That is one hell of a moustache. Look at that. You could do that with your moustache, Alex. Little handlebars, yeah.
I have a full-on Santa beard now.
Ooh, big old Santa beard. Nice.
I don't like it. I don't like it because it makes me look like Santa Claus. I just feel like people look at me like, no, because I've got white beard. I've got white beard. My hair's gone white, and I've got little tinges of grey. You know, not grey and brown because it hasn't completely gone. So
right.
it's I don't like the old man look.
So I've got there's this stuff you can get from L'Oreal called Root Retouch. And I use that so that I don't have to keep colouring my hair all the time because I don't really like the chemicals sat on my head all the time. And not Christmas yet, it's too early, Rusty says, so you're going to have to colour it. Well, this stuff is like a spray. You just spray it on and it just colours the roots, and obviously it washes out. But it means you can go out without some arsehole going, oh, you've got to do your roots, love. Which really gets on my nerves. And it's like, no, I don't have to. I don't have to at all, mate. It's my choice if I do them. But I decided, I persuaded hubby that I could spray his beard because he's got a badger beard, right? He's got 2 white stripes and the rest of it's a bit black, right? Still. So I persuaded him to let me spray the white bits black. And we decided, and he went immediately for a shower because he looked like someone from Al Qaeda.
Oh no! Oh no!
We're like, shower now.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not a good look. I mean, you know, he's actually quite a white. He's quite white looking. He's quite light for an Indian. But once we'd blacked up that beard, oh no, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah, who cares if you look like Santa, right? My brother-in-law looks like Gandalf. His beard is like down to his
yeah.
chest, you know. It's really big.
Bloody hell. So no, there's a like a shampoo you can kind of get.
Oh, I like
and
Grecian 2000 type thing, just for men.
no, it's not. No. It's not just for men thing. It's what it is it slowly puts your natural hair color back in, but it does it gradually. So it's not like a doesn't look like you've had your hair dyed. So
Yes,
there's like a
yeah. So
natural
the people won't
recolouring.
notice it unless they haven't seen you for
Yeah.
6 months.
But the problem is I tried it, and because of my stupid ADHD, I keep forgetting to use it. So I'm like, oh, I don't use it anymore because I just like it's one of those
Can you
things of
not
like,
remember it if you put it next to the shampoo bottle?
Karrot, it could be right in front of my bloody face, and I'll still forget the bloody thing is there.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good point.
the amount of times I have my mum or someone else has reminded me to do things. I was like, right, it's right in front of your face. Don't forget. 2 minutes later, I'm onto something else. I've gone, you know. I'm like, oh, it's ADHD. It's so annoying sometimes.
Don't know if we've got any of them. I don't think we've got any poo.
Oh,
Hubby's like that, right? Because we moan about our doctor's surgery because first of all they're in the 1950s. There's no
oh dear.
disabled parking, and there's a big lip to get in and out of the surgery, so it's not actually wheelchair accessible. And it's
Oh dear.
been law since 2010 that it must be accessible. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're really really backwards. But it takes 2 weeks for them to do a repeat prescription.
2 weeks.
Two
Bloody
whole
hell.
weeks, yeah. So, you know, you've got to put it in really early, otherwise you're going without any medication. And so hubby and I, for these 2 whole weeks, we can be moaning and moaning and moaning about the doctors. And on the day that I get the text message to tell me I can go and collect the prescription, and hubby says, "Oh, I'll get that on the way home from work," he always forgets.
Yeah.
You know, but for 2 whole weeks we've talked about nearly nothing but that, and then he just forgets.
Yeah. It's like you go out shopping for something and you're like, oh, am I going to get, let's say I'm going to get some lemonade or whatever. Come out with lemonade, and what do you come back with? Everything but lemonade. I
Absolutely.
was like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that the law, though?
Normally happens. Yeah, it's
I'm kind of glad that they've put that ban on sugary, salty, and fatty foods with the yellow stickers, because hubby is just cannot resist a yellow sticker in the supermarket. They just attract him.
I'm not so bad with that.
Are you not? Oh, it drives me
No,
mad. I send him out and go, oh, you know what? It'd be really nice if you got one of those stew pack vegetable things, you know? And I was like, oh, I could make a stew and we could do some dumplings. And he'll come back with tea cakes and chocolate and things.
everything but yeah, yeah. It's,
But yeah, whatever. Hold on a minute. Why is she sleeping there and not with her husband? Silly tar.
oh,
And she's got 2 beds, that's why. Who else have we got that could
yeah.
have a bed? Marcy. Marcy, you can have that bed there. And we've got a new cat. Yay! Did I tell you I'm getting a cat for my birthday?
What, in real life?
Yeah.
Oh God. What is it, Ginger?
I hope so.
Oh God, that's even worse.
They're so thick. Ginger cats are so thick.
And so lazy. They'll just sit in the sun all day.
I've
They'll
had.
just sit on your lap all day. You won't move anywhere.
Well, yeah, it's not like I can get up out of my chair, though, is it, Alex? Come on,
Exactly,
admit
no.
it, right? I wasn't going to get up and go for a jog or anything, so that's fine.
I was going to ask you about that, Karen, about
Mm.
your wheelchair usage, and I don't want to be rude because I know some people can be quite sensitive about it. So I was like,
Mm.
I'm not always. I'm normally quite blunt with the way I ask it, so I just thought, oh, should I ask or not? No, I'm just curious about it. How much? I mean, can you get out of your chair and into a into a
Into the armchair or
well, no,
something.
yeah, the armchair? Can you do that, or
Yeah.
you can do that
Yeah,
yourself?
I can
Okay,
transfer. I can transfer. I can. If I pull myself up, I can just about balance on my left leg.
okay,
But that I cannot stand unaided.
okay. So
But
it's quite serious then.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was
No,
born
I
with.
wasn't. I wasn't thinking to make it up. I was just curious to know how bad it was, and it was like,
Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean you kind of get used to it. I was born with spina bifida, which means that from my
that was it. Oh, that was it.
where the spina bifida is in my spine, which for me is in the lower back. From there downwards, you tend to be a bit weaker anyway.
Okay.
But because I got rheumatoid arthritis and they never did anything with it for 7 years, they just
Oh,
put
yeah.
me on steroids. They were really bad. They, which basically meant it. I've got only got one knee. The other leg has no kneecap. So, the left leg, it's got so bad in that kneecap that if they did replace my knee, it's possible I could still walk.
Yeah.
But you can't have a knee replacement unless you go privately in the UK until you're 60.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that great? So, and I'm like, yeah, but I'll have been in the wheelchair for nearly 20 years by then.
Wow.
I won't even remember how to walk.
Huh. Crazy.
Mm, it is a bit. It's a
Oh,
bit frustrating because I'm also really short,
oh, I can
which
imagine.
means I
Yeah.
can't do a lot of things, like climbing into cars and stuff. That's pretty difficult. It depends on the size of the car. Like our
Yeah.
car, we've got I've got like this harness that goes around the door frame, and I do one. They've got these hooks that go into the there's like a U-shaped thing where the door, when the door shuts.
Right.
There's a U-shaped thing on the door frame as well, and they've got like a handle that pops in there. So I use those two things, and we've got a caravan step that we put down by the door. So I come out of my chair and lean against the car, holding on to the handle and the monkey pulley thing, I call it, a monkey
Yeah.
bar thing.
Yeah.
So I hold on to those, and I'm like, quick, quick, quick. So hubby moves the chair out the way, lifts my right leg onto the because I can push with my right leg. I can't stand on it, but I can push with it. So I put
Okay.
my right leg onto the step, and then I push with that, pull with my arms, and he lifts my left leg, and that's how I have to get into the car. And it's quite,
Well.
on a day when you're in pain, that is not funny.
Oh. No. Yes, I can imagine.
And I
But I
hate it in
can't.
a busy
But,
car park when people watch me do that.
oh.
I'm like,
You must feel like
surely you've
shouting
got
at
something better to do. Morning,
You must feel like
Raymond.
you must feel like shouting at them sometimes. Like, oh, you try it. You be in my seat.
Yeah, I
See
mean,
how you feel.
a lot of people, it's amazing because you notice these things when you're in a chair, but so many
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
will watch those of us who park in disabled bays. They watch you to see how disabled you are.
Well, yeah. That's becoming quite a common thing nowadays,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and and you can see when they get to the point where they're satisfied that I'm disabled enough. You can see it in their faces, and but then again, I've become a bit like that with people that park into disabled bay. Just, well, I'm only going to get a pint of milk. Like, I don't care if you're going to get a pint of milk. That parking space is not for you. Piss off.
It is quite frustrating when you see people who are fully able because you see them walking out the car, and they park in a park in a blue badge spot, the disabled spot,
And they don't put
because
a
it's
badge
quick.
in the window, so you know they haven't got one.
No, they do it because it's quick and convenient. It's easy. It's just a quick
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
and out type of thing. Like, I can,
Because they're
I might.
lazy.
Well, yeah, it's that as well. People are lazy, yeah. I mean, my mum's got a blue badge, but that's just because she's like nearly 80. My mum is, so well,
Yes.
she's had two hip
I should think so
operations.
at her age. She's allowed to slow down by now, right? She's earned it.
She, she's had two hip operations. She's had
Oh,
lots of operations in her hand and everything and all this lot. And it's like, I mean,
oh,
my mum's a fighter. She's still going strong. It's just her body's
good.
giving up, but her mind hasn't. It's
That's the
so
bloody thing,
frustrating.
isn't it? Isn't that the worst thing about getting older? Your body betrays you.
Oh, the scary thing is, Karen, my mum went for not a back. She had really problems with her back, and she had a fusion done like in the early 80s and 90s, I think it was.
Right.
Um, and been playing up on her recently, really, really badly. So she went to
Really?
get an MRI, get an MRI on it, and so she got it reviewed. We went to get it reviewed, and the consultant said, "What fusion?" There was no sign of the fusion there. Her back was that mangled. They could not say there was any sign of the fusion done. It was
No.
that bad. So that's why she's in so much pain because her back is just completely gone.
Oh, poor
Um,
thing.
all she
That's
does is like, I think the thing is, you wouldn't know she's got a bad back, Karen, because the thing is, the way my mum goes on and does things day to day, she just carries on.
oh, bless
So,
her.
um, well,
That's brilliant. I love that. I had a great granny like that. She was like 91, and she was like, "No, I'm not ill. There's nothing wrong with me." And off she would go. She would go, "Oh, that guy's smelly. We'll get rid of that." She would just go off, and she would, and we knew she was in pain,
yeah,
but she would walk a mile a day. She
well,
insisted on it.
yeah, my mum can't do that because her
You
back,
know.
her back. My mum can't stand for 5 minutes without sitting down again. It's
Oh,
that bad her back
bless her
is. So,
heart. I
so
can imagine that because I know what it's like to when your back's bad. Because of the spina bifida, the twist, I've ended up with sciatica, and there's nothing they can do about it because my body is, you know,
yeah,
if they did, they would have to take out the nerve entirely, which would means I could end up with some really bad nerve loss,
but,
and they said that they didn't
you
want to
don't
do
want.
that because. And
Um,
I'm like, okay, well, it's okay because I'm not actually walking on it anymore. But when I was walking on it, it was getting really bad. So, oh, back pain makes you right grumpy.
it's not good, is it? It's not. It's not easy. I think when my poor mum goes there, there's nothing I can do. I just have to be there and help her when I can. Um,
Oh,
so it's a difficult one. But if you looked at her, Karen, you saw her walking down the street. Well, we're not walking down the street, but if you saw her, you wouldn't think she has all these issues because she doesn't
yeah,
doesn't let
bless her.
the world put her down because she knows she can do it herself, so she doesn't need to.
Oh my God, she sounds like a cool woman.
But no, yeah, my mum's from Essex
Oh,
originally.
right, okay, so
So
it's the same as
she's
part of my family, yeah.
she's she was born. I'm not gonna say her exact date, but she was born late 40s.
Uh
Um,
huh. Oh,
after
same
the
age as my mother then, probably.
more likely, yeah. Um, but yeah, she so after the Second World War, or just after the Second World War,
Uh huh.
um, and she just remembers. I was just thinking back, going back to the times when her mum was with the rations or whatever they had in those days, and how they just got on with it. I mean, and we
Yes.
complain nowadays about inflation and everything. Imagine being bombed and having no food and no
Yeah.
house,
Yeah. My
and you
during the
carrying on.
my nan actually gave birth during the Blitz because it was so stressful. She went into labour.
Jeez, I can imagine.
You
Yeah,
know, so can you? We can't. It's like during the lockdown. I said this to my godmother. I said, "Oh my god, everyone's moaning so much."
yeah,
And I said
yeah.
they would not handle living through. I mean, I was like, if my granny was still alive, she'd be so angry with people.
You imagine how lucky we are with nowadays compared to what they had. Like, and I mean, the Second World War wasn't that long ago. To me, it doesn't
Not
seem that long
really.
ago.
No. So
But
I
well,
remember
it's my
when
mum's lifetime, so
because I had COVID in the first wave, and my
yeah.
doctor at the time, he was ever so good. I really wish he was still my doctor, but I live in a different county now. But he phoned me every day to see if I was okay. He's the
Oh,
only
gosh.
only person
Yeah.
that actually did that. No family members, no friends, nothing. But he phoned me every day, and he was like, "How are you coping mentally with this?" And I said, "Actually, I'm fine mentally."
Yeah.
Well, I was at the time when he did that. I got to
Uh,
the point where I was so tired I thought I was actually going to die because I didn't think my body would have the strength to keep going. But at the time I said, "Do you know what? How many adults can say that they can actually stay in bed all day for weeks on end?"
yeah.
I said, "So actually I'm enjoying that because I know as soon as I'm better I've got to go back and row with the other slaves."
Nah,
You know, so I wasn't that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you've got to look at it you've got to look at it in a positive way, haven't you? You know, I enjoyed
well,
lockdown. I really did enjoy lockdown. You know, I didn't have to make up an excuse not to go anywhere. You know, when I
yeah.
didn't want to go and meet people for Christmas and things like that. Oh, you know, oh God, I've got to go and meet that person, and they're so problematic and they're volatile, and you're like, I don't have to meet you. The government says so.
Yeah, that was that the lockdown was difficult for me because I I just kind of let myself go. I just kind of like didn't do anything because I was told not to do it because I couldn't. Um,
Yeah, you
and
have to be
it was
careful.
well, it's mostly my mental health than anything.
Yes.
Um, because yeah, because yeah, it was just more difficult for me, I think. Um, but I'm still here, you know.
I think that yeah, I think if you look at it in certain ways, it was difficult, but in I tried to keep it quite positive, really.
Yeah,
And I was all right with it. I didn't mind it too much. It wasn't a pain in the backside for me too much. I quite enjoyed it because I kind of have been conditioned to always being alone because of how my mother treated me. You
right.
know, being locked in my own room for the whole day and things like that. You know, I was. You think Harry Potter had it bad? Ha! I didn't even recognise that what Harry Potter was going through was child abuse. I didn't
I mean,
even recognise it because it wasn't bad, as far as
the
I'm
thing
concerned.
was, I mean, I can, I mean, I never got child abuse or anything like that, but I just got, because with my ADHD, I was always in trouble, so I was always, I was always like, go to your room, Alex, and I, what have I done? Um, you
Yeah,
know, or don't come down before you tea. Oh, what have I done now?
yeah,
Or
because you're
whatever.
giving me a headache, Alex.
Something. I just done something, and I never fully understood why. Um, and I don't. It was just parents trying to be good parents, and and then yeah. So it's I find that difficult that your mum did that. I don't understand why she did it. I don't understand.
No, I
To
don't
me, there's a
understand why, and I don't think that I'm ever going to know the whys before it, but I know that there was something wrong with her.
yeah. Well, there must have been
Yeah,
for her to do that. It's not a normal thing to do.
no, not at all.
To,
And I always thought it was my fault, but I didn't know what I'd done.
the thing is, there is discipline, and then there's abuse. There's a
Yes,
difference.
there's a big difference.
Um,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you weren't, by the sound of it, you were abused. I
Yes,
mean,
yeah.
uh, I
And it wasn't just that; it was the physical side of it as well. It was, I mean, I could breathe wrong in front of her. Actually, you
well,
know, she
yeah,
would
I
she
know.
would hit me, and it would be what did I do? You're breathing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with my breathing? And then it wasn't until a few years later that
It
we
was
discovered that somehow my nose had got broken when I was 5, and they reckon that was the oldest I was when my nose was broken.
what?
Yeah,
Bloody
yeah,
hell!
yeah. My nose is broken, and my hearing has been damaged from her from being hit so much.
Yeah, there's something. That's not. That's not just because of her. I don't know. Do they know why she did it? Do they know?
No,
Been a trigger for. Did she get abused when she was a kid, or
I don't think she did. No, no. From
she
what
just took it
I
out on you?
Yeah, from what I could gather, she was very doted upon.
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe it had a trigger effect on her.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, my husband
Hang on.
suspects, and it kind of makes sense, that she never forgave me for being disabled.
That's not your fault.
No, not mine at all. No.
Wow. Oh, I'm disabled, Mum. Yeah, you can't do anything about that. Wow. I'm
Okay.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling to understand here. I find that really difficult to
I
understand how
don't think
anybody could
there
do
is a
that.
way to understand it. I don't think it can be understood. You know, I
No.
really don't. I think it's completely illogical. She's about to get old, so I'm selling her. Um, it's completely illogical, and it is completely horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
surprised at how much it does actually happen.
What goes behind closed doors? You never know what goes behind closed doors, do you? So.
No, and one of the things that really annoys me is the more I learn in the group, the more I discover that social services were really, really bad. That we were reported, or my mother was reported, but nobody did anything about it. And yet,
You
according
hear
to
stories, don't you, about
you
these?
do, yeah, and
Especially in the news.
according to my psychologist, the signs were there before I even went to school.
Wow.
Because you have these attachment patterns. You know,
Right.
when a child is left alone, they usually cry for their
Yeah.
caregiver. I would never cry.
Wow.
I would be a lot happier when the caregiver wasn't there.
Huh.
So
Wow.
that you know these days that would put up a massive red flag.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But
Huh.
no, not in the 70s. Oh God, why can't I get more treage? We need more treage. But yeah, life's tough. But you got to deal
I
with it.
don't. Yeah, I don't understand it, Karen. It's one of those things I've never. When you hear these stories and you see these stories on the news where parents have abused their kids just because they looked at them funny or they breathe funny or
Yeah,
they starve their kids, and you see some horrendous things that people have done to their kids, and I'm like, how? Why? I mean, why is the question? And I'm like, uh, oh,
Yeah.
I know the easiest thing to do with those type of people is lock them up, throw away the key, and forget about them. But they human. And I know this sounds. I don't know how this sounds, but maybe controversial. They are human beings, and I know they didn't treat that kid as a human being. I understand that, and that's what's wrong. But we need to learn from these people. We need to. You can't chuck the key away because you need to know why they did it. Does
Yes, I
that make
mean,
sense?
yes, I mean, technically she should have been in prison, definitely, for that. I mean,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know how she
absolutely.
avoided prison anyway because she was stealing from her work and all sorts of things. So, and she got prosecuted for it. So I don't know how she avoided it for certain things. But when I was 2 years old, she scolded me,
Oh
and we're
jeez.
talking hot tea over me. And my nan, that was my one of my first memories, and I remember my nan bathing me in the sink with cold water to stop the scolding. I remember
Yeah,
her saying, "You mustn't make mummy angry like that." And my psychologist said, "Why is that your fault at 2 years old?
you mustn't make
That an
mummy and
adult can't,
wow.
that an adult can't control their emotions. Why is that your fault?" And
It's not your fault.
I questioned my mum over that one day, and she said, "Well, you deserved it."
Oh wow. She most doesn't even remember why she did it at the time.
No, because she used
Uh,
to just flip.
yeah. Wow.
You know, awful, right?
I can't
Absolutely.
comment on that. I'm in disgust because you can't treat another person like it. But it's just curious to know why. It's a big question at the end of the day, isn't it? And
It
if you,
is, and
you know, you're,
I don't think any of us will ever know why,
well, you know,
because she's not here anymore.
well, it's a
Um,
sad thing that, you know,
I mean,
and she might not know herself. She
yeah,
might not know herself. You
exactly.
know, she might be so damaged herself that she has no idea what she was doing, or can't remember it, or doesn't want to remember because the brain has a good way of knocking these things out and not and forgetting about what's happened.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's something that we've been studying lately in the group is that these patterns go back generations.
yeah, of course it must do. Yeah, yeah, because it doesn't happen overnight, does it? So
No,
the trigger doesn't happen overnight. It's got to be something that's yeah.
so it's a weird thing. It's very weird. I mean, obviously, I don't know the generations before my great grandparents.
Yeah,
But from what I gather from you know how the olds used to get together and they would gossip and stuff. From what
yeah,
I
yeah.
could remember from their conversations is that my great nanny was a bit like that too.
Oh right, okay.
But because like great nanny and great granddad were born in the Victorian age,
Yeah.
the end of Queen Victoria's reign, you know, you're like, well, nobody's gonna. Everybody would be like, well, that's fine. That's how they did it in those days, right? But phew, that should never be a reason, right? That should never be anything anyone says. Oh, that's how they did it.
It's not an excuse. You can't you
No.
can't you can't treat people like that. I mean, yes, I know. You know, my mum recalls. So my dad also recalls. We all also recall it as well. Of getting your hands wrapped because for doing something wrong.
Yes.
Uh, they used to, you know, in school they used to wrap kids' knuckles a lot for
We used to
for
get the
being left-handed.
chalkboard, the chalkboard rubber thrown at your head, didn't we?
I mean, never got that. I mean, my dad was quite strict on me because he thought, and I think you know he did right at the time. Uh, the boys, look, you can imagine as an ADHD kid getting into all sorts of trouble, um, and then not learning from it because the kid doesn't understand himself or the parents. No one understands why. Um, I mean, discipline is quite a subjective thing anyway, but it's down to the parents and the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my my when I was really really naughty, and when I say when I was really naughty, I used to steal things from my dad's office. I used to I would either shout at my mum or disrespectful things or
Rusty
uh,
got the ruler.
uh, yeah, I
Bless
never got the
him.
ruler.
I didn't get the
Um,
ruler. We got
but
the chalkboard if we were talking, chalkboard rubber when we were talking too much.
but what I did get when I was a kid was that my dad just used a towel on the back of your legs and whip my legs so I could either
Ouch.
A or on the bottom so I couldn't sit down. And that
Oh.
well, because I was such a naughty kid, Karen. I was not well behaved when I was a kid.
Oh.
Um, I mean, it hasn't affected me. I still get into trouble nowadays, but I understand why I do it now. And when I wasn't as bad as I was when I was a kid, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
I can
yeah. I mean,
imagine
my parents,
Rusty was probably quite naughty, I reckon, I'm guessing.
but yeah, was it my? I can't remember who it was, but I know one of my family um, used to get the ruler or on the hands for
Hmm.
being left-handed. Um,
Oh,
but
God. Yeah, they used to think that was a bad thing, didn't they?
yeah,
Rusty said all the time. I can imagine you were a little bit naughty because you're a little on the cheeky side, aren't you, darling? And I like that. I like cheeky people because I'm cheeky as well. I like that. At home, it was never a smack. Um, I had a friend whose mum would use the back of a wooden spoon on the back of your legs just once. It
yeah,
would
I've
just be
had
a
that.
one smack. But we would get a beating. It would be a proper damn good beating, like my parents were from some Charles Dickens novel, It was unbelievable.
Well, I don't think it was that bad. I mean, um, oh,
It wasn't a
I don't
smack. It was
really.
never a smack.
No,
There was never actually just a smack. But then again, mine's an extreme case, isn't it? It's not.
oh yeah,
We're not talking about normal people here. We're talking about
yeah. But the
complete
thing is,
fuck
Karen,
ups.
the thing is, you got abused for just smiling or breathing.
Or just being in
I
the
think
room that pissed her off.
all in
Yeah.
the room. Oh, she had a bad head that day, or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what
I
used to
got,
piss her off. When I was a little girl, my hair was dead straight.
but she didn't like it.
And she hated it. She used to, when we went to meet with her family, she used to curl my hair, but within an hour it was straight again.
Yeah.
And that used to piss her off. And she'd get angry at me, like, because of my hair.
Yeah.
That's just really fucked up, isn't it?
I know. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rusty. I don't know if you heard it, but I did just pour myself some more coffee. Thank you very much. I will hydrate. Alex, please hydrate as well if you've got something.
I've got nothing. Got my mug's empty anyway. No, she's on. Rusty, she's on the gin now.
I'm on the gin. Do you know what? I don't like gin. I don't think it tastes very nice.
You English and you don't like gin? What's wrong with you, woman?
I know. One of my students told me I'm not English.
How can you not like gin?
I don't like it. It tastes horrible.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You definitely ain't normal if you don't like gin. Wow.
Don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a big alcohol drinker anyway. I don't like a lot of it. It doesn't taste nice. I don't like it. So, we did have a bottle of red wine this weekend. That was really nice. make a change, because we don't drink very often. We go through spates, where we will have some, and then we just don't have any alcohol for ages. So
Yeah.
have a bottle of wine. I don't know if I'm going to have a bottle of wine right now. I do actually have to teach. Let's
You'll
not
be
be
fine.
having wine while we're teaching, eh? I mean, that's a sackable offence. So we're not doing that one.
Will the kids really notice a difference? I don't think they
Ha
will.
ha
Let's be
ha ha
honest.
ha ha ha
Ha
ha ha. They probably bloody wouldn't, actually.
ha.
Oh.
Because you do yours in a virtual classroom, don't you, when you're teaching? Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're saying it's over the same students.
Yeah, we've
Then
been
English.
doing that since before it was cool, before the pandemic, and now a lot of companies are being told that they've got to go back into the office, haven't they? That working from home is not acceptable anymore, which I think is really wrong, because it enabled people to be at home for sick children, sick parents,
Yeah.
to adjust their working day, which was good in a social sense. If you've got the builder coming in, or the electrician or something, you were at home but you were still doing your job. But for some reason, they've decided that everyone's got to go back to the office, which is really wrong. Grumpy, grumpy,
Well,
grumpy. That's what I say.
if the if the government has its way, Karen, they're going to all force everyone to speak English in a workplace. I mean, don't get me wrong. Having a basic understanding of English is good. Everybody needs a basic understanding of English, um, but they can't force people to do that. I think
I'm,
that's wrong.
as an English teacher,
Yeah,
I think you should at least have a basic grasp of it.
but
Because it
yeah.
will absolutely, if you're living in an English speaking country, it's going to hamper you.
So
You
okay,
won't
so for
understand what the
example,
government's saying, what the doctors are saying, all of these things. So I really do agree in a way. But when they say you need to have an A level standard of
no,
English, I disagree.
I think I'll even struggle with that.
Because an A level standard is actually quite high.
I
You
struggle
can
with
get
basic
away with a
English.
much lower standard. You could get away with a junior school level of English and actually be able to understand and communicate yourself well. So I do disagree in a way with some of the things that the government have said.
I mean,
Well, with some of the things that the government have said, I disagree with. No, actually, darling, a lot of the things they say.
I mean, the thing is, Karen, there are a lot of companies out there who don't speak English because they're not set up to speak English. If that makes sense, you get lots of
Yeah.
man. I mean, I've been to places before where they don't. It's a Polish speaking place, or
Hmm.
you know, they speak Polish there. And I mean, they
Yeah, I mean,
shouldn't do
Polish is
that.
actually Britain's second language.
Um, yeah, we've had
Um,
lots of Poles. Yeah, that's the
so,
Second World War, isn't it? Because of the Poles.
I mean, I don't understand why we. Yeah, okay, I do believe you need to have a grasp. Because my mother-in-law, they were British colonists. That was their nationality on their birth certificate. British
Yeah.
colonists, which I think is just, oh my god, that's awful. It doesn't exist anymore, thank
What does
God.
that
But
mean? What does that mean?
it means that they were living in a British colony back in the
Right.
colonial days.
Like Jamaica.
Yeah, like Jamaica. They
Okay.
were all originally from India. They came to Africa to build the railways. My mother-in-law
Oh,
was from
stuff.
Kenya, and my father-in-law and my husband were from Uganda, but they're actually British. When they came to the UK, they could only speak Gujarati and Swahili,
Right.
so they could not speak English. And I know my mother-in-law suffered a lot because she didn't know about She didn't know about child allowance and things like that.
Well, you wouldn't, would you? No, yeah. If
You
you're in that
know,
own community, you're
she
not going
couldn't
to, are you?
ask. She didn't know about asking about doctors and things like that. So I think that yes, you should have a basic knowledge. But if you don't have a basic knowledge, isn't it our responsibility to teach it?
Yes,
To
I
have
think so.
some,
Yeah.
community thing like on a Tuesday for an hour at this community centre, we're going to have English lessons. And we're going to
For
teach
English
you
lessons,
how
yeah.
to go to your doctor and tell them about your pain in your stomach or something.
I think they used to do that, and they're not, and then they don't do it anymore because of funding.
They don't do it anymore. No, no. It's
No, they
just
used to do
stupid.
it though.
I know how expensive our classes are in our school.
Yeah.
And I don't get half of what the company earns. So God knows how expensive it is to pay for, not only for the teacher, but to pay for the place, the building, because ours is all virtual, so we don't have a building to pay for. I mean, I know they've got offices in Paris, but that's about it, really. But yeah, in a sense, I disagree with the government, but in a sense, I agree with them. So I'm a bit screwed up then.
Well, the big thing that I disagree with, and I bet you might disagree with the government on this one as well, is those UK British licence ID cards they're trying to get everyone to. They're saying driver license and passports aren't good enough anymore. We need one. But the thing is, our driving licenses and passports are already linked anyway. They've been linked for years. So why do we need something new?
Well,
And there's out for immigration. I'm like, well, yeah,
I've
it's
lived in Europe, and they have the ID card.
They
And
do,
the
yeah.
ID card is their passport. They won't. They do
Yeah.
not, unless they go outside of Europe. They don't need a passport. They just use the ID card. If it's the same as in Europe, it's a useful thing. If it's not the
Yeah.
same as in Europe, I don't understand why we're having it.
They
I
say
mean,
it's
other
more
than their
ineffective for
excuse that
work.
they wanna help with immigrants and things like that, that's just an excuse. Explain what it's really for.
One thing I'm scared about is the data.
Oh
What
yeah,
data,
leaving them on a train. Yeah,
and then they do stupid things like that. Yeah, they got on a train. It's like, it doesn't make
unbelievable.
sense to me.
If they can't look at their own records in a prison and actually choose the correct prisoner to let out,
Yeah,
then
what is it?
how
They
can
let
they actually deal with all of this stuff?
two didn't they let go? Something by accident or something? The
Sorry, say
sex
that again.
offender wasn't it two they let go or something? Was it two,
There's
three, or
yeah,
something
there's
like
been more than one, hasn't there? But one of them
that? Yeah,
turned himself back in, but he wasn't. He wasn't a sex offender, was he? He was just he'd overstayed his visa.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
And he turned himself back in, that one. But I don't know about the others. I think you're right. There might have been more than one. But these people, they need to be put in prison and they need to be exported. They need to be. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not exported. Kicked out. That's the one. They need to.
Yeah.
They need to be sent back. We can't have them having. We can't have them raping people and then being allowed to stay. That's just deported. Thank you, wrestling. Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
The scary thing was that the one guy who was a bit confused because there was that one. The first report of it I heard was that there was this one guy who got let go, but as they were letting him go, he was like, "Well, where do you want me to go?" He didn't realise that they were. He thought, I think, that he was on a trip to go somewhere or whatever. But he didn't realise that he was been let go. Uh, I was like, wow. They're releasing you and you don't even realise they're releasing you. I'm like, what?
That's just yeah. Off you go. Now
But,
what?
but yeah, exactly. But then they also, I mean, the scary thing about that guy was that was it within the first week of arriving here in the UK he raped a girl or something? Uh,
Yes. Yeah,
and
that
that's what's
that in
scary.
my opinion is no, that's it, out. You were not even going to look at
Well,
your request for asylum.
how do you? That's the scary thing about the people coming to the UK. Because if they went the legitimate way of getting a visa and doing the legitimate way, we would know about who you are, and what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if you come in the legal way through the boats or the lorries or whatever, we have no idea who you are,
Yes.
and then they should be kicked straight back out. I mean, they should not get a chance to. Because the thing is, they process them, they put them up, they get 3 meals, they get a nice bed, whatever.
I don't like how they're treated.
Uh,
I mean, I'm obviously I'm not saying put them in some Dickensian prison
no,
and treat them, gruel every day and things like that. I'm not saying that, but I think that when British people in general can't afford to eat, and we're all suffering. How come they're getting all this money on a card and things?
Karen, they put them ahead of the homeless. They're more important than the homeless
That's a
people.
very good point. The homeless, we've got all these homeless that need to be put up somewhere. Why can't they have a hotel? Because if they go in a hotel, they can have a shower. Then we can get them clothes, and they've got a fixed abode. Therefore, they could get a job, and they can help lift themselves out of whatever horrible situation that
And
put them in there in the first place.
do you, do you know how many veterans are homeless because of
That
medical
no,
issues?
that's just wrong, isn't it? They
Yeah,
fight for your country and then they become homeless. That's awful. Raslin says it's like having Gordon Brown all over again. Sadly,
oh,
to the gent chatting, it's Alex. It's Alex Gaming we've got in here. Families who come over do exploit their rights. We have a hotel here full of asylum seekers. Yeah.
well, they are exploited. Yes, I know they are. Because of the gang leaders
I
the
obviously a
gang
lot of
leaders
my
to bring them
students are all
over.
over the world, and a lot of them say the only reason why they're coming to the UK is because we're soft and we will give them things.
But they want to be put on universal credit. Did you hear that they get? I think it was something like 1.3 million asylum seekers were given universal credit. I mean, like, how are you going to support your country if you're going to do things like that? Oh yeah.
I don't know what the criteria for universal credit is. Don't they actually have to have a job?
Not no, because universal credit used to be benefits. Because I
Right,
got
so it's
switched
like
off.
the dole, is it?
It's like the dole, basically like the dole. Yeah. Um,
That's true.
but the
It's our
thing is, that
downfall as a country. Yeah, we're too soft. We really
the,
are.
the thing
We're
is,
too compassionate. And on the other hand, I don't want to be in a country where we're not compassionate. So we just shoot ourselves in the foot all the time, don't we?
I mean, if you let's say, for example, when you go to prison, all your human rights, not all your human rights, but all your rights are taken away from you. You can't, you can't. You're locked in a cell 23 out of 24 hours a day. You have to go to get a meal whenever they tell you to go and get a meal. And
Right.
I'm not saying asylum seekers should be treated like that. I'm just saying if they do that to your own people while you're in prison, they can do that. We don't have to be so soft. Does that make sense? I mean,
I
there
think
are.
that we're not dealing with asylum seekers in the right way. They're coming over and we're going, okay, you can be part of our society, but we're not saying, okay, what can you do? What
No,
kind of
yes,
job can
exactly.
you
Yeah.
do? Where could we best place you? It's like, yeah, come on in, yeah, off you go.
And
It's not properly thought out, the whole thing.
also, the scary thing is that most of the asylum seekers that you see, well, they go to a hotel, like they go to a hotel, and then they're let go. They can do their own thing, but then they found reports of um, them working
Yeah.
of
So,
doing
I
deliveries
mean,
and
why isn't there any? Okay, well, you've come to our country, but you've got qualifications to do this, but that's not legal in this country because we don't recognise that qualification. So we're going to send you to college. That would make more sense, right? We're going to send you to college. We're going to send you to this training school. We're going to get you to do this, and then you can go and work legally and
they
pay
have
your
to put through
taxes like
something.
everyone else. You know.
They have to put through something. Like college or yeah,
They've
the
got to go. I
twenty
mean,
two.
shouldn't that be the right way to deal with an asylum seeker? Okay, you're coming from a war-torn country, your life is at risk. I mean, we're talking about the people that are genuinely here. And you say, okay, so right, we need to help you to speak a basic English so you can, fill out your forms and doctors and all that sort of thing and get a job, go through an interview properly. And we need to get you trained to do something.
You go through places like Birmingham, Karen, and you'll go through areas in Birmingham that don't speak a word of English. They've got their own
Don't
little
get me started
communities.
on Birmingham. After
They've got
reading
their
the
own little.
reports about how schools are being taken over by Islamists, and
Oh,
by that, when
yeah,
I say
really
that, I mean the extremist lot.
bad.
Where
Yeah.
oh, that just makes me cross. Raslin says there's also a lot of seekers who exploit the system and race, which sadly is a police responsibility. I used to teach ESOL. To foreigners, which is kind of what I do, yes, so they can be part of society. Exactly. I'm an English teacher, and most of my students now are foreign, so yes, it's kind of what I do. You're absolutely right. There's a phrase, and we repeat it and repeat it. It's when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Should they be? I understand the idea that some people find a comfort in hanging out with people of their own nationality. We do it when we go and live in other
Yeah,
countries. You find that in Spain. You've got little
yeah.
places where the Brits hang out. But
Doesn't
isn't there
matter.
also a
It
responsibility
doesn't
to make
matter.
sure that they are part of our society if they live here? Don't we have the responsibility? Aren't we to blame
Uh,
if we're not
uh,
integrating them? That we've done something wrong in our system.
I mean, the thing is this: I don't know how the system works for how they're processed. So I don't know how they. I mean, if it's like a normal like I've got a funny feeling that they get given a date and they have to be at such a place at a certain time, and that's how they process them. And they turn back up 6 months later or whatever. I guess that's how it works. It must do because that's how job seekers work. That's how job centre works.
Yeah,
You have
but
to go.
they're not helped, they're not guided, so really nothing's really changed since the 60s or
Exactly,
something.
exactly. I think that's
Yeah,
how it works, and it's not. It hasn't changed. They're not helping them. They're not. You know, they're not. They're not. And that's why they go to their own communities. It's because their
exactly.
communities
And
know.
Raslin says it's comfortability within society. So
Yeah.
people are not comfortable perhaps living next to a family from Syria, for example.
Right. Yeah.
So the people from Syria get together and live in a certain area together, and then they create an enclave in a way within the city, and then that's in itself causes problems because we are uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't be. We shouldn't really be at all. Humans are humans; they're still human, and and I think once we get over ourselves a bit, we can say, okay, right, you need to, if you're coming to Britain and you want to be British, because you'll have to be British if you live in Britain, then this is how it should be. And I think we
I
need to
think
help them
everybody.
more. More things need to be put in place for them.
I think everybody that comes into the UK, and I agree with you now. I'll come back to over what I said before. That everybody that comes into the UK, regardless of where they're from, needs a basic understanding of English. Um, Once they've got a basic understanding of English, then they can go through the process of become a British citizen because that's what they want ideally, don't they? They should. The thing is, they should not be given. Well, if they want to get, if they need to be, not, if they need money to do things, they need to. Because I know people, because it's the same way it works in prisons. If they do a task, they get paid for it. Okay. If you do that on the outside, like put them up in the area, say like they have a they have a settlement for such, like a simple place for them to eat and sleep, and then they're given tasks to do to earn money. They should be given that until they have their full ID, British citizen ID. Does that make sense?
I completely agree with you, because when you get to 18, if you don't get a job, you can't do anything.
No, exactly.
They won't
no,
even
no,
give
no,
you benefits for that.
no.
So I do agree that, I mean, there are so many jobs that people won't do and people can't do, and they're a little task. And maybe it would help with the community if there was, the jobs within the council, like the gardens and the parks and the edges of the highways that need litter picking. Okay, it's a horrible job. It's not pleasant, but it's a start. When you come to the new country, you don't always expect to be higher up. I'm just going to read some of the chats here. Rastin says, I think that's a subconscious segregation between us and them due to stereotype from both sides. In regards to the 60s NHS, enough said.
Okay.
Without them coming over, we wouldn't have a medical system, and you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I don't remember the last time I didn't have a foreign doctor. Absolutely. Sarge just said, here in the US we have what amounts to basically secret masked police rounding up people they deem to be risky or undocumented immigrants, or people they just don't like for being brown or having different names, and putting them in internment camps. Now that's really an extreme, isn't it? I mean, that's something I don't want to see in the UK.
That is scary.
Very scary. Okay, Ransom, no problem.
My sister's ex-husband was Mexican, and he came out to America illegally, but they still knocked on his door and asked him questions about his status, even though he
Because he
had
was
the right
Mexican.
paperwork.
Yeah.
Because he's Mexican, and he was in the Mexican area full of other Mexicans. Because that's where they live. They live together, don't they? So, they're not going to live with other white people, are they?
I mean,
That's
it's
intimidation.
gonna create a group of people who are gonna start taking on white-sounding names, just so that they can avoid having the person come knock on their door. And that in itself is racist, isn't it? I mean, my husband's grandfather actually invented our surname. There's only five. The five, or are there four? There's four people in the world with that name.
Wow.
And I'm one of them. He invented it because he was a postmaster, and because he had one of the most common Indian names, people were getting his post, and it was really important, some of his stuff, government stuff. And so he changed his name. There's a beauty in us having all different names. There's beauty in that. It's part of your heritage. It's part of where you come from. And if you're going to have to change your name to something white-sounding simply because there's some secret police knocking on the door...
Just to fit in. Yeah.
Wrestler's got to sort his kids, but damn, this is a juicy topic. Radio 4, watch out, Karrot's about. Damn right.
I mean, I always thought that, not because the system I see that could easily work is what I said before, because that's how they treat prisoners, and prisoners are basically have the same status as an immigrant, because basically they have no human They can't go out and work. They can't. They're very controlled in what they do. So they should be able to go. They say they should be put up in an air. Let's call it a camp. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not a camp. Um, it's a place where it's like a basic hotel where you put your head and a very basic place. Um, and then they should
Like
be
a
given
centre.
a centre.
Yeah, let's call it a centre, because we're not talking about an internment camp. We're talking about
No, God, no,
a
no,
nice
no, no.
place that's got proper kitchens and bathrooms and
They,
that sort of thing. Yeah.
and it's a decent place to work for them to, and maybe like an old hotel, somewhere that's not being used. I'm not saying hotels because that's the worst place that they could put because of the general population, the Joe blogs,
Yeah.
and we found out what happened with that. So if they put it into an area where they're controlled, like an army base, let's say for example, because we've got lots of them in the UK that aren't being used, put them into places like that. Yes, do them up and turn them to somewhere that they can actually live, and then put them under controlled work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they
Training and real work where they're actually contributing to society. They get a sense of self-worth. And then the community won't be so angry with them. And Sarge was talking about his place. He's saying that customs and immigration enforcement can be quite terrifying. You're absolutely right. And he's referring to a place that's got a chain link fencing with cots. Like in a prison, and that's pretty scary. Barbed wire. No. Come on, barbed wire. If we want to integrate them, let's not make them feel like prisons.
Well, the thing is, once they've gone through that program, and then they've got their British ID card, which they want, they can then go out in the real world and do whatever they could. They've had all their checks, they're completely safe. They know how to speak English. They know how to use the system. They are then welcome to go and do what they want to do.
Yeah. Exactly, and I think we have to look at how we deal with them. We have to look about the system. The system is, okay. So your immigration officer, I only have to see them at 6 months. Fine, that's your job. But us as a community, as Brits, they need, like you were saying, they need their basic things. They need a roof over their head. They need education, and they need food. They need to seek medical attention if they need it. But at the same time, no one gets that for free. No one gets a free ride.
No. And I think they should be controlled, as in so they know, when they should be.
Yeah, because I don't think you can judge. You're absolutely right, because I don't think you can judge whether someone is going to be safe in your country until you have watched them for a bit.
Well, let's look, for example, what happens when they said, "Oh, we're going to put them up in hotels." What happened then? So, chaos. Basic chaos happened. We don't want them here. We don't know who they are. They don't. They don't know who they are, and then they book up the hotels for 6 months or whatever it is. Yes, the business, the owner's got the work. But what happens if you want to? What happens if you want to go to that hotel? You can't stay there because it's shut.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the wrong way of doing it. That's completely the wrong way of doing it.
Exactly, I don't think it's good for them. Let's assume that these asylum seekers are good people. We're not talking about the minority that are not. Let's treat them as humans. Let's give them that respect. Let's help them have the self-worth and the jobs that they need to do. Sarge has said half our populations want to deport the non-whites at best. I've personally heard people say they wanted to set up pillboxes with machine gun nests to mow down the fleeing refugees coming from Mexico and south coming across to our southern borders. That is absolutely disgusting. I
That's
agree with you,
America for you,
Sarge.
isn't
That
it?
is subhuman, yes. The fraction that's actually dangerous bad is very small. You're absolutely right. The amount of people that are not good asylum seekers are very, very small. But those who
It's
are
just
good, we're not treating them properly. We're not giving them, if I went to live in another country, I'd be really. I mean, God, aren't we forcing people to turn to crime if you're not helping them?
uh, yeah. I mean, it's a bit like the Muslims, the extreme Muslims. As I said, they are, as we said, with the immigrants, the ones who do bad. There's a very, very small minority of them. But
Yes,
that's what causes all the noise, because that's what makes the news nowadays. And
exactly. Yeah, it is. It's what I mean. You don't hear the news. It's not going to happen with. Oh, today an immigrant was really good. They helped an old
no,
lady
it's
across the street. It's not going to happen. You're never going to hear that. You're never going to hear that kind of news because that
no,
is not news. But when an
no,
immigrant
it's not.
murdered someone, that's news. But I think in a way the news they have a responsibility to tell us these things. But at the same time, it does then build up the hatred.
I also don't believe everything you hear on the news anyway, because
Yeah,
half of it's not complete. But it's not a complete story. You never
it
hear the
can. Yeah,
full
it can be
story.
quite sensationalist, can't it? And
Yeah.
you have to be very careful with that one. Um, it's what's most loud and visible, Sarge says.
Yeah.
So it's very. I really do think that the whole system is broken, and an awful lot of
Systems,
stuff in the UK is broken.
the system's been broken for such a long time, it can't be repaired. And they keep putting patches on it, but that's not working because that's not how you fix a system. You don't put a repair onto a repair onto a repair onto a repair, because that area will just get even more damage.
Yeah,
And look where we are now. It's exactly where we
which
are
is
now.
exactly what we've done with the NHS, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, the NHS is a brilliant system. We all know this, and it's completely free to everybody who wants to use it, which is an amazing thing because you don't get anywhere like that anywhere
Absolutely.
else in the world.
Yeah.
Um,
I would hate to have an
there's a,
American system where you've got to pay for your medications and well we gave pay for our medications but pay for your doctor. I mean, to actually have to think, oh, I'm really sick, I need to see a doctor but I can't afford it. Wow, I would hate to go there.
that's I've got a funny feeling that that might happen here because the reason why I say that, Karen, is because if my mum has had the hip surgery and she was given the option of waiting 6 weeks or whatever it was, 6 months, I can't remember what the options were, to go through the NHS. If she went through the private, is it Bupa or something, I can't remember what it's called now,
Hmm.
uh, they had openings within the next few weeks.
Yes, they do.
But
Yeah.
but this was through the NHS, so she went private. She didn't have to pay for any of it, and she was put up in a lovely room and everything and all
Hmm.
this type of thing. That's how they treat the private people.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's how I
it's
I
worlds
did that when
apart.
I had my nose done. And I didn't have it from cosmetic surgery. For those of you that have heard it, I had my nose broken when I was 5, and it got so bad that I couldn't breathe, and I was having sleep apnea, and I had it done privately, but it was paid through the NHS. And you're absolutely right. The way you are treated, I had my own
Yeah,
private room. It was beautiful. My husband was allowed to stay there the whole time with me. It
but
wasn't like
I
visiting hours are over, go home. None of that.
the amazing thing was that the people who worked at that Bupa place worked at the local hospital as well.
Right.
They were, well, the ones in Hereford were
Yeah,
anyway.
they have to. I think they have to have a certain amount of hours in the National Health. Yeah.
The doctors as well. They yes, they do
Yeah.
their private work, but they also have to do NHS work as well.
Sarge was
Um,
saying there people go into bankruptcy from
yeah,
getting sick in the US. And that's a place I don't want to go in the UK. I really don't want to see that happen, because that is just. I think in Europe we have a socialism, and a lot of Americans think that socialism is the same as communism, but it is not. It's about social things. It's not about being controlled by a government, but it, it's it's something I don't want to see end. It's something I believe in personally. You know, I think education, housing, and medicine is something that in this century, in 2025, it's something that we should all be able to have. And the idea that there are some people in America that have to go bankrupt in order to pay for a doctor, that breaks my heart.
but unfortunately, the way I can see it is that people would rather have a short waiting list of 2 weeks rather than 8 months, because if you get it done within 2 weeks, I can see this is happening with the NHS and the private care. It's exactly the same care, the same people, the same treatment. Everything's exactly the same. The only difference is that you're paying up front, and people will choose
Exactly.
that. People will
Yeah, because people are just so impatient,
will
and
impatient.
because
Yeah,
life is, it's not just about impatience. It's also about the fact that people are. It's about the fact that your life will fall apart if you say, for example, you need your hip replaced. The fact that you can't walk, you can't go to work, you can't do things, your life will probably fall apart.
your life is on hold when you've got bad hips. It's kind of you can't do anything because there's so much. It'll just
Exactly.
get
It's
worse.
awful.
Uh,
And
and I can
Raymond says
see
he's going to shut his mouth on that. No, go for it, Raymond. Put your tuppence worth in. Go for it. We chew the fat
people
here. We chew the fat.
unfortunately, and as Sarah said earlier, people would rather go bankrupt and have a shorter waiting list and get the job done rather than wait 6 months to get the job done.
Yeah.
And I can see that happen very easily.
Which would be an absolute heartbreak. Really would.
Well, that would ruin the NHS.
I would
It's
much
just
prefer the NHS. The only reason why I went with the private one for my nose is because I was quite happy to wait a few more weeks. But it was with a hospital that had a reputation that you go in alive and you come out with in a box, and that's if you were just visiting. You know, it had a
so,
really bad reputation, and I was like, I don't want to go in that place because I was really scared of going under the knife. Anyway, it does frighten me. So I didn't want to do it. So and hubby said, well, actually, the private hospital's closer, and so I'll be able to get to you straight from work and so on. And in the end, he took the time off work, and they allowed him to stay there until about midnight. And he went,
yeah, they're pretty good.
you know, they
They're
were
pretty sensible,
fabulous.
yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good, yeah.
Sarge says he's needed a new hip for the last 15 to 20 years, but he can't get it done. His hip is so bad he can't work anymore, and his life basically fallen apart. That's horrible.
So, it's
I mean, like
on
people
hold.
get pneumonia or something and end up with bankruptcy. Absolutely unavoidable hospital stays, which you can't avoid. And every time they do a test on you in the US, you've got to pay for it. Is that Alex? Yes, it is Alex. Alex is here in Discord with me,
Hello, Ray.
chewing the fat.
Well, shouldn't be doing that, yeah.
And Sarge says they take everything. That is just heartbreaking, isn't it? We really don't want that system in the UK, do we? We really don't. We don't need that system. We've got enough trouble as it is.
Yeah, I mean, the issue with the NHS is that there are. What's that famous saying? there's too many chefs and not enough cooks or something. I don't know
Yes,
what to
yeah.
say.
Too many chiefs,
There's,
not enough Indians. Yeah.
exactly. There's too much management. There's too much upper
That
management
I would agree with. I mean, do you remember the days when there was a matron and a sister? Things worked so much better.
I'll just put my headphones, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I said, do you remember the days when there was a matron and a sister in the hospitals,
Yes,
and everything worked really well because they were
before my
managing
time.
things on the patient level, which was great. Rusty says, morning chat. Hi Rusty, how are you doing? I've got Alex here in Discord. We're having a lovely chat today. Raymond said, when I had to go to the hospital, I had my visit covered. Oh, well, that's great. The Sarge said I had pneumonia in 2010 and was in the hospital in the ICU for a week, and they tried to bill me almost $100,000, which I of course didn't have, so they left me 2,000, liquidated everything else and took it. Oh my gosh.
Morning, Rusty.
That's wow.
I mean, the thing is with
Wow.
the we all know that America, yeah, we all know with America, with their hospitals and the way they charge things is. I mean, the thing is, it's also dependent on now. It depends on the doctor as well what medication you get with in America. Because I know if it, I think it's I might get this wrong, but I know if they get if they not getting charged more, but if they I don't know the word, if they're being recommended this pill more, they will give you that pill rather than the correct pill, if that makes sense.
Right,
Because
because they need to sell that or something.
the salesman is selling that pill cheaper for recommendation because it's a new pill or whatever the offer is, because it's on offer or it's a better priced rather than the correct one, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah, rather than the one that's best for you.
They're giving the ones that is cheaper or on sale or
Yes.
being offered or whatever.
But that happens over here too, because I've been tried on a few different medications, and the one that works for me, every time I go to the hospital they do say to me, "Oh, you're on the most expensive treatment." I'm like, "Sorry. It just doesn't work for me, you know. It didn't work at all. What am I supposed to do? Keep taking the one that doesn't work for me?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah, I don't know how it really works here, but I know that the the hospitals have they also they have to buy in their medication, and it costs them a lot of money to do that. But it's I can't think of the right words. I don't think they're as bad as America, as in they don't have, because I know in America they have sales teams from that pharmacy or company
Yeah.
selling that pill for the day. And if it's cheaper for them to buy, they're going to do
Yeah,
that. I don't
Sarge
know
is
how
agreeing with you. Yeah, that is the way it goes. Yeah.
I don't know if it works here this way. It might
So
do.
yeah,
It might
what
be
he's saying is, if there's two that work, some will prescribe the one they're compensated more for.
or it doesn't cost as much to process, or it doesn't cost as much to, you know, um,
But they want to sell you the expensive one,
yeah,
which is, in my opinion, that's unethical.
yeah.
There's something there.
But it's
Wait.
also
Oh, it's you. That's it. I think that is a bit unethical. You know, maybe my standards are a bit too high. I don't know.
But it was, I know I do agree with you. Why have they not gone back to the good old days of the matrons and the sisters? Because it used to
Yes.
work.
Yeah, it
It
did.
worked.
Yeah.
It worked. So why change it? You know, like what's that same saying?
If it
If it's
ain't
not
broke,
broken,
don't fix it. Yes.
that system was not broken. It worked.
Sarge says it's greed. It's pure greed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
That's just, yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it?
So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Let's have a look at our new forest. It's coming on down there. That's beautiful. So we can cut down a couple of trees now. It's despicable. I think we've stopped being able to treat each other like human beings, and that goes for the immigrants. It goes for the NHS. We've started to think mostly about profit and less about the human being underneath everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's unbelievable. Raymond says, with me, if it's starting to fail, fix it before it breaks. That's a good point. If you've got a twinge, see the doctor before it becomes a big thing. Yeah.
It's a bit like the British rail method. That's what they do. If they found a hairline crack in a rail, they'd rather get it fixed ASAP rather than waiting for it to break.
Yeah, exactly. That's proactive rather than reactive. Go and get it sorted rather than going, oh, it's broken, now let's do it. Yeah, I think that's
Um,
probably the way to do things in a lot of situations, isn't it, really?
it's also to do with, I think that there are too many, there's a lot of management within the NHS now, just to get to see by someone. It's so if you're lucky, you might get treated by the head honcho, but then you also might get looked at by the junior doctor. You don't know. Depends on
Yeah,
who's
there's
available.
a lot of
That's
things
the
like that, and
problem.
also there's a practice that they're doing these days that I don't like. Like, when you've got a condition like mine where you have to have regular blood tests.
Yeah,
Sometimes I can't get it done because sometimes they're asking for a specific blood test that can only be done on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's got to be before noon because it's got to get to the lab. Is ASAP. It's got to be chilled.
yeah,
Now that poses a problem for me. Now I have Fridays off, and that's the day I normally go for my blood tests. I can go at any point during Friday, and that's fine. But if they want these specific things, I've got to book time off work. Now I need a month's notice before I can take time off work so that they can arrange a substitute. Then I need to get there, and because I live in a village, it's so much more difficult for me to do that. So hubby comes, so he needs time off of work,
yeah.
and
It's a
then
knock-on effect, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
and then trying to coincide that with when I can get an appointment. Sometimes, if you ask for me, say you send me a message today saying, "Oh, you need a blood test ASAP," it might be a good couple of months before I can have that blood test. During that time, they've now got this practice where they will stop your medication because you haven't had your blood test. So instead of telephoning you and say, we really need you to get this blood test, is there a problem?
right.
Right? Or have you forgotten? They will just send you a letter saying, no, we've stopped your medication. In my opinion, that's like holding you to ransom. You've been naughty. You can't have your medication now because you've been naughty. To me, that's really wrong. I hate that.
Wait. Rewind a bit. Rewind. Did I just hear that if you don't go to a hospital appointment where they ask you to, they will stop your medication? Did you
Yes.
just say that?
Yes.
Bloody
If I
hell.
can't get time off of work, I've had that done. In the summer, I had my medication stopped.
You can't do that to you. That's your health.
But they
You can't
did.
do that to people.
And they
Oh,
do. And
black
it's
and white.
awful, isn't it? It's just really wrong.
If you're relying on that because of your health, they are putting you to. Yeah, that is totally wrong. That is.
It is really
That's
wrong, isn't it? But they are doing that. That is exactly what happens to me.
I think you report that I was, because that's not right.
It is. It's awful, isn't it? Sarge just said some people can't afford to. When I could work, I was lucky enough to be able to get group bargained healthcare with the company, right? So like health insurance with the like a benefit at work. So I looked into privately done health insurance, and it would have cost me more per month than what I was making in my job. That is atrocious. Now with zero income, I qualify for the base level medical, which is like Medicare, but state done in California. Oh, that's why it's called Medi-Cal. Right, gotcha. Okay. But wow. And what does the base level even cover? I mean, you know, that's a question. What does it cover? You can get sick, but you can't get very sick, you know? Oh, we've got a mouldy old stag over here. Let's collect him. That's incredible, some of this stuff. But yeah, that's actually happened to me a couple of times where they withhold medication because of it. And they say, yes, but we need your blood tests. And I'm like, nothing has changed. And can you be patient, please? I'm having a hard time getting an appointment to coincide with the day off. You know, I think they think if you are ill, that you don't work. So you can just go to an appointment as and when. But that's not the way it is it? It doesn't work that way.
It should work.
No, it
Shouldn't work
shouldn't
that
work
way.
that way. We should be able to have a job and be sick, right? We should be able to do these things. We should be. I mean, that isn't that the point in having the medication in the first place, so that it actually helps you to be able to get on with your life. I mean, at the end of the day, we are little tax machines anyway, aren't we? We are tax
Yeah.
generating machines, and if they want you to actually carry on generating that income for the government, then let us be able to go to work. Raymond said he sent you a present.
I saw. Well, I haven't seen it, but I saw what it said.
Blood work a couple of times a year if the doctor requests it and verifies if necessary. That's not so bad, is it? A couple of times a year. I'm supposed to have mine every month, but I
What
just
time are
can't
you
do
in
that.
till, Karen? Because it's 8
Um,
o'clock.
yeah, about 1:30,
Okay.
if
Because I don't
that's all
want you to
right.
miss work. I
No,
just don't want you
oh
to
my
miss
God! If
work.
it gets to 9 o'clock, please tell me.
Because we'll wrap it on. We'll put the whole world to rights, and the next thing you know, it's going to be 10 o'clock. And like, shit!
Oh my God! If it goes to 10 o'clock, I'm in big trouble.
Uh, right, I'm going to give myself a brew. I'll be back.
Okie dokie, not a problem. It covers what you have to have medical wise, so that's good, Sarge. As long as it's covered, because I hate the thought that you can't see a doctor. Yeah, thanks for that face, Raymond. I know what you're planning, mate. Luckily, I don't have more critical things because I don't know how far it covers. Oh, God. No, I really hope you're all right with that. That's spoiled. Let's get the Todd. The Todd's coming in. And there's a wabbit. Let's get the wabbit. No, that's a cat. Let's get the wabbit. There we go. We have really covered a whole range of subjects today, haven't we? We usually have a good old chin wag, but today has really been a good one. And like you said, it's like, move over, Radio 4. Here comes Karrot. But like, they won't do my hip because now I'm too heavy. But I was far lighter when I could still walk and move easier back when I first requested it. Oh my God, yeah. And so now you've got to go through all that crap of trying to lose weight, and there's so much pressure on you, and oh dear. That's difficult, isn't it? I really hope that you can, mate. And the weight, because I can't really do anything physical anymore because of the hip. I can't, totally am with you with that one. Being in a chair, totally with you. It's very difficult. I actually only eat one meal a day because of that. And when I speak to the doctors and they say, "Oh, you could lose some weight," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, you put me on steroids for 7 years. What are you going to do to help me?" And they look blankly at me, and then they say, "Well, just be sensible and have balanced meals." And I say, "What do you mean balanced meals? I eat once a day." And then they tell me that that's not healthy, and I say, "Well, if I eat more than once a day, I will stay. I will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I will stay worse." So yeah. Yes, well, can't you just, yeah, that they say that to me as well. Can't you do a little bit more physical activity? Well, no, not really. I mean, try pushing yourself in a wheelchair. That's quite a lot of upper body activity as it is. And then transferring yourself to the toilet or to the bed or to the sofa. That's quite a lot of physical activity in itself. But I would love it if they could actually come up with a proper practical solution. I found this. There's this physiotherapist who invented this thing called I can't remember what it's called. It's called a something blade, and it's like this long, flattish pole, and you kind of you hold it out and you move it back and forth to sort of jiggle it, and it's like a physiotherapy thing, and it really does help with muscles and building up strength, and that's very easy to do from your chair. I was on steroids, not any other roid. Let me have a look. What is it called? The blade. Let's have a look. What is it called? Gonna try and find it now. What is it? There is it called? It's called a body blade. It's called a body blade. It is not expensive. You can get it 20 quid on eBay, second hand, and it is ever so good. Oh, sorry about the ads. I will write it down. I will write it down in the chat. There we go. Body blade. There we go. If that helps, I would totally recommend that. Ah, get off. I've pinned something by mistake. I think I pinned your thing. I pinned your unpin. How do I unpin that? Oh, bloody hell.
I'm back.
There we go. How do I unpin somebody's message? I pinned it by mistake.
I don't know.
Unpin this message. There we go.
That's how you do it, like that.
Like that. There we go. Did it.
Like that.
We were talking about how we can exercise, and I found this thing called a body blade. And it's like a flat, long pole, and you hold it out and you jiggle it. You just jiggle it back and forth, and it actually twists like a bow. And it works on your... It's a physiotherapy thing. It works on all your muscles, and you put it out in front of you, you put it down, you put it above your head, you put it behind your head, and it does all your upper body muscles. Oh. And it's so much easier to exercise from your chair with that thing. Oh. And I was telling everyone you can get it for like 20 quid second hand on eBay. And I would recommend that.
Oh.
Raymond's going to plead the fifth, okay? I don't know what he's pleading the fifth over, but go for it, whatever.
I just looked at my forecast of the day, and guess what it said?
What?
100% rain all day.
You do live in Wales.
I'm not bloody no. I do not live in bloody Wales. I live in England. Stop triggering me.
Raymond says posture check. Are you sitting properly? I'm just going to adjust my cushion.
I'm sitting in a chair.
I've got a lumbar cushion, just adjust it. Thank you very much, Raymond. Well, apparently Friday's going to be a bad day weather-wise. Very bad day.
Oh, we've got a storm coming over here, or
I don't know, but
Yes.
when I looked on the
That's what we
satellite
got.
thing on the BBC, it was a big blue thing right across the country. From Wales all the way across over to the east, so Raymond says he's got to deal with the bloody snow soon. You guys
Oh,
get some
great.
mega snow, don't you, in America?
So it's going to be 15 degrees today with rain, heavy rain all day. And then tomorrow
Oh,
is 15 degrees with sunny and cloudy. But then Friday, it's 9 degrees with rain all day. Oh my God.
I've got, let me have a look on mine, 13 today, going up to 15. Rain.
Right.
Thursday,
Oh, rain.
rain. Friday, 9 and rain. So
Hey.
it's
Oh,
still not cold enough for the time of year, right?
I don't know. It should be, oh, I don't know, around 9, 10 degrees. That's about right, isn't it? That's
It
on
is.
you?
It is by then. Yeah, it should be. But we should be getting frost, and we're not. Raymond says where he is, it can get bad. The weather. We just don't get snow and stuff anymore, do we? Do you
Not
remember
really, no.
snow? We'll have that discussion one day, won't we? Do you remember snow?
I do,
And
actually.
the younger ones will say, "Snow? We don't get snow in the UK. Do be silly. Yeah, you're so daft, you old people." And we say, "Oh, but we had snow. In my day, we had snow." That's one of my pet
I remember
peeves, by the way, that phrase. In
my
my
mum was telling
day. Are you
my mum was
dead?
telling me my, my mum was telling me the year I was born, 1981, was the heaviest snowfall that they ever received. I was down in
Really?
London though, so yeah.
Yeah, London doesn't get snow too much, does it?
We used to get lots of snow.
We used to get, I used to live in Hemel Hempstead, which is like 40 kilometres north of London. That's where I grew up. And it was, we had some good snow in the 80s. We did have good snow in the 80s. It was good. I do remember getting snow. It's called being bipolar in Michigan. But it's in bipolar Michigan. Is that what they say? Because you're Michigan, yeah, you go right up to Canada, don't you, there with that when you've got Detroit with and the bridge that goes across, if I'm not wrong. And we know that Canada gets snow. Canada still gets snow. Did you know, Alex, that you know when they do the weather thing in London somewhere hidden,
Right.
right? And they in the whole of the 20th century only had a white Christmas 8 times.
Bloody hell. No?
Yeah, apparently. There's a useless
Oh,
piece of information for you. We
thank you.
had snow. You're very welcome. I got married to Theo in 2010. We've been together 20 years, but we've been married since 2010. And we had a blizzard on our wedding day. It was 1 week, exactly 1 week before Christmas. It was an absolute blizzard. We
Oh,
had
bloody
our
hell.
reception about 5 miles from where we lived, and it actually took us 5 hours to get back from the reception. It was that bad. So we were doing what? 1 mile in an hour. Which is just ridiculous, right? Yeah, Detroit and Sault Ste. Marie. I do not know how you say that.
French. It's French. Let's go
Yeah,
with
it's definitely French. But sometimes Americans like Illinois. That's not how the French would say it. So you don't know with American accents. Minnesota. Your friend is in Minnesota. Oh yes, that's clever. I like that. Minnesota. Wow. One day we will say that, won't we? Do you remember snow?
uh,
They're not getting quite so much snow in the Alps anymore, which is sad for all those wonderful rich people who love to go skiing. Yeah. Have you ever been skiing, Alex?
no.
I've never been skiing either. I've never been rich enough to do that. I don't know if I want to. I'm the kind of person that would break every bone in my body if I went skiing, I think. You can join VC. We're in the Discord, VC. He's gonna join VC so he can tell us how to pronounce that place. Because I've probably butchered it for you. If it was French, it would be Sault Ste. Marie. But I don't know. You alright, Alex?
Yeah, just tired now. Just
Oh,
sitting.
we are heading towards the end, guys. You just bear with, right? Bear with.
Walk.
We don't need one of those.
We're gonna have a really weird American accent now. We
We
were able to
are.
understand it.
It's gonna be one of those shocks, you know, when you hear an accent that is so different to your own. It's like, whoa. I want to see if I can get that. That's some wool. Let's get that picked up, please.
Did I hear everything?
I think he's lost his way. Oh, well, he's in. Hold on, he's muted. Who's muted you? I didn't mute you. You're muted, Raymond. There you go.
Oh, my bad. My bad, you guys.
Wow, that is an American accent right there.
Ready. But, the city I had mentioned is pronounced Sault Ste. Marie.
Little Saint Marie.
Say the first word again.
Sault.
Sue.
Sue, like
Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay. Yeah. So if the French were saying, they would say Sault Sainte Marie. So it's Sault Sainte Marie. Okay. I always get like that with American places. You think, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that.
And then, if you mention in Illinois, you got that correct.
Yeah, because it's Illinois.
Which, the S is silent for that state.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, I've been to that state.
Oh, is it not that nice? Okay.
Which, I ain't gonna talk about the traffic there.
Traffic. Have you got bad traffic where you live, Alex?
Hey?
Have you got bad traffic where you live?
What do you mean bad traffic?
Well, Ray was just saying about the traffic.
I live in a little town, so traffic's not, it's not that bad. It's okay.
We have nutter drivers where I live.
Well, we get them everywhere though, don't we? Nutter drivers.
Yeah. Oh, Sarge!
Bad.
I just noticed that Sarge has gone to bed. Sorry, Sarge. I missed you there. Have a good sleep, mate. Catch you tomorrow. We need 33 of those. I went over the top there. 36. So how is everything where you live there then, Raymond?
Cold, no snow at the moment.
No snow, but it
Which
is
is good.
cold, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
Last I checked it was 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly about 0.
Right.
Ooh, cold.
That is cold. That'll freeze your whatsits off.
Oh, yes, I will do that, Karen. Yep, you don't have any, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yes, but I can get icicles on my ricicles, so, you know. Don't want
Right
icicles
now,
on them, thanks. Yeah, go on.
which right now it's dark outside where I'm at.
Yeah, because it's nighttime still, isn't it? It's nice and light now here, which is pretty good.
Well, it's just overcast and horrible.
Oh, I haven't even opened the blinds here yet because I've still got the lamp on. I get told off for doing that. Theo thinks that the neighbours are watching him. That's his ADHD overthinking, isn't it, really? The neighbours are not watching you. Yeah, they are, they are. They've got something else to do. No, they're watching me.
Yeah.
Poor old thing. So what's everybody up to this today? Tonight, this evening? Other than being on Twitch with us and in Discord, Raymond, what are you up to?
Dealing with cats right now.
Your cat, did you say?
Cats.
Oh, how many cats have you got?
Six.
Oh wow, that's cute. Oh yes, you were telling us all their names, weren't you, before?
Well, I got one of them with me right now, which is the mama cat.
Hello, Mama Cat.
You can see her.
Hello, Mama Cat. How you doing, Mama Cat?
One of her.
That's sweet. For those of you that want to know, Raymond is on. He's got his video on, so we can see Mama Cat. He's got an awesome hoodie and a nice cap as well.
This is one of the boys.
Oh my God, he's so small.
I know.
Oh, I'm going all gooey over kittens. You know I love a good kitten. I can't wait to get my cat for my birthday. Gotta wait. Oh, one of our rams has died. Let's have a look. There he is. Rambo has died. Let's collect all these little aminals.
Here's a couple more boys.
Oh, so cute. Oh my God. That one in your right hand, it looks just like my wharf. I want him. Can you bring them over for me? Yeah, of course you can. Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait to get a kitten. Can't wait. It's been a long time since I've had a cat.
They're coming up to 3 months now.
Right, so they're nearly the age so they can leave their mama. That's lovely. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It's because hubby has never had pets, so he's been very nervous about it. So he's kind of avoided having a cat, which has not been good for me because I've never been without pets. So, but c'est la vie.
But I gotta get them put away for the night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, let me just finish this off. Alright, I think we're going to have to end here, guys, so that I can get my backside in gear. Visit the bathroom. before my class, so I'm not sitting jiggling, you know. I don't want to sit there jiggling the whole time.
You don't want to jiggle, Karen. No, it won't be good. No. Jiggle, jiggle.
I got to kind of look professional, right?
Oh, kind of, yeah.
I got to brush my
Now.
hair as well. I got to brush my hair so I'm going to look like a human being. And otherwise, you know, I don't want any complaints like, oh my God, she looked like a scarecrow. What's wrong with this woman?
I mean, she's British after all, so.
Ha ha ha! Do we have a reputation of looking like scarecrows then?
No, I just I don't know. Just something that came to my head, I don't know.
Thanks very much for that, Alex.
That's all right, mate, anytime.
Git.
I am, yes. Yeah, many things.
All right, let's have a look. Kiwoo. Who is playing anything? I don't know.
Well, I'm going to disconnect anyway, so
All right,
I'll
then.
see you guys later.
Thanks ever so much for joining me. Guys,
No
that
worries.
was Alex Gaming. He was awesome. As always. Brilliant time chewing the fat together. Let's have a look. Who is doing what? Kismet is playing Satisfactory. I think that's about as close as we can get to this game. I can't even spell. There we go. Let's do that. All right. So, I will catch everybody tomorrow. I hope you are all going to have a fantastic night or fantastic day. And, well, we will chew the fat a little bit more tomorrow. All right, guys? Thanks ever so much for joining me. Thank you to Alex and to Raymond for joining me in VC. Love you lots, guys. Have a great time with kids. Take care. Bye.